Hello, hey everybody, it's Foxx from Model Making Guru here. Hello, hello, and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Now, I hope you can hear me okay. I've tweaked around with the microphone and the volume and the position of the microphone is there now and not there. So hopefully you can hear me, although the camera's kind of in my way at the moment. So let me know if you can hear me okay. If not, I shall make some changes. Now, a very quick question was asked in the chat before we get going. And I need to respond to this. Where is it? Kenneth says, will there be tracks on this stream? Let me show you Kenneth. Yes, there will. Hang on. Just for Kenneth. If I can zoom in. Yes, there will. Look. Tracks. Because he's a tank. There you go. I see. You've got tracks. Just for you, Kenneth. Some tracks on this stream. Now back to the wheels. So, yes. So, well done. Nice question. Anyway, let's not stop being silly. Right, so, hey everyone, it's Foxx from Model Making Guru here. Hello, hello, and welcome to Warhammer Sunday. I'm taking my headset off so I don't bang the camera. Welcome to Warhammer Sunday. It's a bit warm in here because I had my window open and my neighbour decided it'd be really great to start mowing the lawn really loudly, so I had to close the window. So it might get a bit warm in here, so I'll just let you know now. It might get a bit warm and stinky, you never know. But welcome to Sunday. Most of you know what this is, but if you've not seen one of these before, let me get all the spiel out of the way. This is Warhammer Sunday, where during the week I do my normal builds, and then Saturday and Sunday I work on my Warhammer army, the unending forces of the Holy Contrivance, my Mobile Suit Gundam Principality of Xeon themed Imperial army for Warhammer 40k. At the moment I'm working on my Taurox for my Tempestus Scions. Been working on this for quite a while. I've not had a lot of weekend time free at the moment, so I've not really done much. I've not got very far on this. But what we do is we just hang out for 2 or 3 hours. I just crack on with some work, my logic being that I'm going to be here working on these anyway, so I might as well stick a camera on and you guys can hang out in the chat. Everybody's saying they can hear me okay. Cool. I'll just crack on with this, or try to, and hang out with you guys. We'll give some stickers away. We've got to reveal last week's winner of the Wheel of Giveaways, so stay tuned for that. And we'll just hang out. So if you've not seen one of these before, welcome, welcome, welcome. What we'll do is I'll crack away and crack on and build this. I depend on you guys in chat for asking me questions. You can see there's a chat here on screen. Let me just adjust my computer, my bob. You can see there's a chat here on screen, but there is also a live chat if you're watching on YouTube. So if you're watching somewhere you can't access the live chat, just click on the YouTube icon, which is down here in the bottom right of the screen somewhere. That will take you to the YouTube page where you can join in the live chat. You need to be in the live chat if you want to win any stickers and things like that. And also, if you want to ask any questions, I depend on you guys to give me things to talk about, and I hang out with you guys in chat. So feel free to ask questions. If you want to ask questions, as always, pop them in the chat. Stick them in big fat capital letters. The chat's actually over there out of my way, so I have to make a mental note to look over there and see the chat, which is easier said than done. My mental notes aren't very good. So do put it in big fat capital letters and I'll have a better chance of seeing it. If you want to, you can hit the super chat icon, which is a little dollar sign at the bottom of the chat, and that'll pop it in a big coloured box, and I'll get a little audio notification as well to tell me. Now what I do need to do, which I've just realised I haven't done, is I appear to be getting notifications on my iPad, which I do not want. Do not want. So let me turn that off because it's going to annoy you guys with pinging. So yes, so that's what we're going to be doing. As always, let me turn that off. As always, if you can see at the top of the screen up here, there is a mysterious health bar. Now most of you know what this is, but we do have an ongoing stream boss battle going on this stream. What is a stream boss battle, I hear you say? Stream boss battle is just a fun little thing I've set up. I started off as the stream boss, and Aviad Madar, who's the current stream boss, beat me out, got me down to 0. All you need to do is Aviad Madar, viewer Aviad is the current stream boss. He starts off with 100,000 health, and you guys need to knock him down to 0, and you have been slowly over the weeks, knocking him down bit by bit. You can do this in one of 3 ways, and the reason you want to do this is because whoever gets it to 0 can win up 200 to 300 quid's worth of Warhammer kits of their choice, so it's worth it. All you do to get his health down, you can, if you're not already, subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon. That will pop up a little thing on screen and it will take a little bit of Aviad's health off. You can do a super chat in the chat window, which is again down, where's the chat? Well, the chat's down here on my iPad. That doesn't help you, it's over there somewhere. if you're on YouTube. Do a super chat, the little dollar symbol at the bottom. That will also take a bit of Aviad's health off. Take that down a little bit. And last of all, if you want to, you can put a tip through the tip jar, which is streamlabs.com/modelmakinguru. That will also take some of Aviad's health down. And the bigger the tip, or the bigger the super chat, however much you put through, the more you put through, the more health you take off. And all the money that goes through that, the money that goes through the super chats and the tips, goes towards the prize fund. So it takes a while to get somebody down from Stream Boss, but by the time we get him to 0, you'll be looking at 200 to 300 quid worth or more of stuff. And basically what happens is, if you win, I say to you, here's the budget. What do you want me to order for you from Games Workshop? You tell me you want this, that and the other. I order it, you get it. Brilliant. Simple as that. So get playing. Get doing your super chats and your tips and things like that. And don't forget, of course, Aviad can put his health back up. He can give himself health packs by putting a tip or a super chat through. So be aware of that. He can boost his health. So anyway, yes, so let's have a look and see who is in today. So Chris from Gross Models is in, as always. He's technically he's the mod right now. William Rayborn is in. He was here, but he's going to get breakfast. I think he's back now. Pascal Leaverse, hello. Mickle Pickle's in. Who else have we got? Kenneth M was in, asking if we had tracks. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Some tracks. There you go. Nim Cinderin is in, drinking coffee. George Gabriel is in. He says it's getting into LAX is very difficult. It is when you're in Manchester in the UK. Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't really funny. It was funny in my mind. Tyrone Key is in. Hello, he says. Wayne Haywood, Osric 9000. The Half Sight is in. Salute, he says, when the national anthem was playing. Jamie Bowen and Rustin Customs are both in. Rusted Beetle is in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else is in? Am I broken or is it Fox? I can't see anything, says Chris at Gross Models. No, it's you, dude. Yes, he says it was me. All good now. He's being special. Did you have the telly turned off, dude? So that's who we've got in so far. There's apparently 34 of you watching. But even though there's 34 of you watching, there's only, I don't know, 7 or 8 or 9 of you in chat. So do hit the little YouTube icon down here. If you're watching somewhere else, hit the YouTube icon. Join in the live chat. It's fun to join in the live chat. Gaz Vickers is in. Evening Fat Ox, he says. Welcome. Evenings, morning. Well, it's afternoon. Fat Ox, I like that. Fat Ox. Fat Ox. Yes, if you're watching this, do join in the chat. It's good fun. They're all nice people in the chat. They're all nutters like me. And it all becomes a bit silly. Enormous cup of coffee is on the go, as always. And let's have a look. Right, so what news have we got? Do we have any news before we get going? News and updates? None. There you go. I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 this week. Yeah, I had a lot of plans to get lots of work done, and then Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, so that kind of happened. So yeah, there's not been a great deal. I filmed a little Black Friday thing for eModels yesterday. I am in the process of filming the painting of all the little dudes for the Warhammer Conquest video. Remember I put up part 3A, which was issues 1 to 6, getting all the dudes built and primed. Part 3B is getting all the dudes painted up to the end of issue 6. That's in the process of filming, and we'll finish that off tomorrow. And I've just received, as far as I've not opened it yet, but I'm guessing I've just received parts 7, 8, 9 and 10. I'm guessing it's those 4. I don't know yet. So we'll see. What else have we got? Say hi to Ted, Skipper Ted, who hopefully is watching, will be watching a bit later on. Skipper Ted's back in hospital. He's poorly sick again. I think he'll be alright. He'll be fine. He's just in hospital at the minute. So sending lots of love and hugs to Skipper Ted. I think he'll just try and join us a bit later on because it's visiting hours between 2 and 4. And then he's free of the family. So he'll come and maybe join us. Don't know if he'll join in the chat because he's on his phone in a hospital. Yeah, it's not brilliant. So we'll see how he gets on. Let's have a look and see what else news have we got news-wise. On this thing, I did a little bit of work after last week's show. I put a base brown coat on the exhaust and a lighter brown coat on the leather parts for the backpacks and the rifle. Don't know what you call it. What do you call the leather thing that you put the rifle in? I mean, it should probably really be canvas and not leather, but I got those and painted the leather straps. They're just base colours at the minute, and for that I used, I think it was Steel Legion Drab. I've just coated them in just as a base coat. The exhaust here was painted in an Ammo by MIG colour. It's actually painted in Shadow Rust, which is AMIG 043. That was just a base colour because we're going to do some rust effects on the exhaust there. So I got those done, and I stole an idea from someone. Somebody showed me a photograph of this, and I completely stole the idea, so I will admit it openly. I painted this with the red and white stripe because it's a Principality of Xeon vehicle. So I'm going to be I've sort of mimicked the Principality of Xeon flag, which is kind of, it's a bit like the Nazi flag, let's just be honest, but it's not. And then it's red and white stripes and things. So it's just red, white and black. And that was just literally, I painted the, why did I do this now? I painted it, what did I do? How did I do it? I painted a strip of Xandri dust. Then I painted over the Xandri dust that's as wide as the white strips there, completely. So all that was Xandri dust. Then I painted over with the white. Then I went over with the black stripe. Over this is the black stripe on either side and the black stripe in the middle. And then I painted the red, which is just Mephiston red around the edge, and get a bit of Retributor armour on the Aquila there. And it just makes a nice little bit of detail. I saw it on somebody else's build and totally stole the idea. So whoever it was who did that picture I saw, thanks for the idea. Apologies for the sort of totally thoughtless stealing, but hey, you take ideas where you get them. It's just for my arm, it doesn't really matter. Let's have a look. George says BlizzCon was super fun. I guess George has been to BlizzCon then. Did you get all the upset about the mobile version of Diablo that they're putting out? Were you there when all the upset happened? Gross Models was watching last week's, just had loads of the stream starting music. You were watching last week's show, weren't you? Now Ted did that the other day and we took the mickey out of him. Now you're doing it. Yeah. Tyrone Key says holster. I think that's how you spell it. Holster. I don't know if it is a holster. It's just like a, it's like the thing is transported. And holster's like the bit you put it on your belt or your bandolier. But I don't know if that counts as a holster. Maybe it does. It's just like in my mind here, it's like a leather thing that it goes in for transportation. But I don't know if that holster's the word. Maybe a scabbard would be for sword, says Chris. They're called a scabbard, says William Rayborn, even though it's a gun in there because it's a gun inside it. I don't know. It's like, you can imagine, it's got straps on it. When I finish painting it, it'll have straps over it, and it's like the leather thing you transport it in. I know, you know what I mean. I can't talk very well today. Cy Reynolds says, afternoon folks, welcome Cy. George Gabriel says, I was there, I played it, it wasn't bad, but did you see all the monkey poop fight about when they announced it and everybody who was there accepted them to... If I remember rightly, they dropped lots of hints about Diablo, and everybody thought, wow, they're going to announce a new big Diablo game, and they didn't. They announced some mobile game made by some Chinese company, and they went, oh, here's all our vitriol, throw. So, yeah. Boom case, says Osric 9000. I like that. Bag, says Chris, for the leather thing you put a gun in. I like that. Boom case. Let's have a look what else is happening in chat. Nothing yet. Early days yet. Right, we've got less people watching. I've got 35 people. We've lost some viewers. What have I done? Anyway, that's enough waffle. We need to get some work done. So what I'm going to do today is just more little bits of detail stuff that I can find as I go along. I've not really got a plan for this. I've got the sniffles, of course, because the camera's on. I've got the scruffy paint. I'm going to put this away. I've got the scruffy painting cutting mat. Which is always a good idea. I've got my wet palette Mark II. My old wet palette, which is this big, is a pain in the bum. I suddenly realised I had 2 packs of the tufts, the Warhammer tufts, Games Workshop grass tufts. So I just took the label off the top and made it into a wet palette. There you go. It's a bit more manageable now. Yay! George says, yeah, in the first one a bunch of people booed. This is about the Diablo mobile game. In the second panel people were a bit more amicable. Yeah, there seems to have been lots of shouting since though. Everybody seems to be like hating on the Blizzard. I don't know, I don't play Diablo, I don't really care. So I don't play any Blizzard games, I have no interest in them. Or no investment in them, I should say, because I haven't played any of them. Right, what can we be painting today? What I can be doing is getting that steering wheel out. Still not decided what colours to paint the dudes yet. Probably red. So I don't know yet. I do need to paint the bedroll that's on the bull bars at the front. I need to get some paint onto that. So maybe we could start with that, maybe, perhaps. Might be a plan. I need to get some colour onto the casings for the bolters there. And casings of these, whatever these weapons are. That I've forgotten what they are already, because I can't remember. There's some kind of shooty device melter, maybe. Possibly. Don't know. What are these guys? You might know what these are. These are like melters. They're cunningly designed so that if anybody steps out that door, they get a face full of whatever that shoots. There's loads of design flaws with this. There's tons of design flaws with this vehicle. Great. Right, let's get this thing painted. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can get an closer view. Wow, that's quite a bit. My camera's weird. Sometimes maximum zoom, I do the zoom and it goes that far, but this time maximum zoom is that far. I don't quite know why it's gone that far in, but yeah. Quality will drop a bit, but you'll see more of the action. A holster is what you put a pistol in. It's a rifle scabbard, like they use in the Old West to put the rifles in while riding a horse. Oh, cool. Then it's called a scabbard. Nice one. Good name. Thank you for that, Worm. William, even. Ghost Lyle says, humans, I am in here now. And Nim Cinderin says, pineapple. Mike Lavecchio says, safe word. The safe word is based. Based. The safe word is based. I don't know where that joke came from. It's an old joke. Might be an old Sam and Max joke. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think it might be an old Sam and Max joke from Sam and Max Surfing the Highway or Highway Surfing, the old LucasArts game. I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Moist, says Gross Models. That's also an excellent safe word. Right, let's get this bedroll painted. Now this bedroll was just made of some kitchen tissue rolled up and some plastic card leather strappage, and then given a goodly healthy dose of white glue watered down just to make it solid. So it's kind of a weird crappy texture, but I don't mind. It's like a thick horrible canvas. So we shall paint it a thick canvassy colour. Let's go for a let's go for a green. Let's go for Lauren Forest. Lauren Forest. I knew that girl. Lauren Forest. Armageddon, says William Rayborn. The safe word is Armageddon. Armageddon, out of here. It's an old joke. Never mind. Bye. Right, so we'll get some Lauren Forest on the go. There's a girl called Lauren. She's dead nice. It's kind of apropos of nothing there. It's complete non sequitur. You're welcome. Okay, so we'll get a bit of that. I need my dishing out paintbrush. Always recommend have a scruffy old brush for getting paint from the pot to the wet palette, just to save using your expensively proper brush. I need one of these. No, I don't. I need... When you run out of your Master's brush cleaner, handy hint, keep the old tub. It's useful for bits. Like, for example, that's not the brush I want. For example, your brush tubes. There you go. I can put them to one side now. I don't lose them. I always tend to lose them. I put them down and they disappear and vanish and I never know where they've gone. Right, so... all I can hear is Fox and shouting and shooting as my dad is watching a war movie, don't know which one. The one with the shouting and the shooting, I suspect. Is it a modern war movie or an oldie worldy, oldie times war movie where it's all guts and glory? I'm trying to think of something I could add now to the conversation that would fit, but my brain's not working very well, so I'll just shut up. Doodle-doo-doo. Right, so we're going to give this a little cover of Lauren Forest. Now, if you are making any like accessories, like bedrolls and tarpaulins and things, out of tissue, kitchen tissue is a great thing to use. It's great fun. Great for making little add-on bits and things. You can go hunt through your bits box to look for, like, you know, stowage bags and tarpaulins and things. But, you know, just use what you've got. If you do use any kind of tissue or paper, post-it notes are also quite good. But one thing that's good to use, once you've done that, once you've made it, do give it a coat of very watered down white PVA glue. Just purely so that it can go solid and hard and won't just become totally porous to paint. Because now it's had a coat of white glue. It's like a sealant coat over the top. It's had the primer, went on okay, and it'll take paint quite nicely. And it's got this kind of opened up folded edge there. That brush is too small, really. That just means it'll take paint quite nicely. Let's use a bigger brush because that brush is too small and it will take forever. Let's use my monster brush. Monster. It was a guy in Britain, British people know this. He was the guy that did all the violin stuff and he used to do all the Four Seasons in the 80s and early 90s. What was his name? he used to have a lisp, a lateral lisp, and he'd say monster. Yeah, this violin's monster. It's great. What was his name? Nigel Kennedy, that's it. His phrase was monster. Monster. So every time you hear me go monster with a lateral lisp, I'm referring to that. Sign of my childhood. Late 80s, early 90s. What happened to Nigel Kennedy? He kind of dropped off the radar. He appeared. He did the Four Seasons. Which, when you listen to other recordings of the Four Seasons, is actually really kind of lively and interesting compared to some of the really more stoic and stead versions that everybody else was putting out. And then he kind of vanished. Mid-90s. What happened to him? Where are they now? Now, as always, when I am painting, chat's over there, so I can't really see it. So apologies if I do go quiet or if you're asking questions. I do check the chat and keep an eye on it, but I will miss a lot. So, especially if my head's... So let me know, you know, obviously let me know if my head gets in shot. But I will miss a lot in chat, so do bear with me. Remember, if you want to ask me a question or get my attention in chat, put it in big fat capital letters. Or if you want to, you can do a super chat. Just hit the little dollar symbol next to the bottom of the chat window. And that makes a little noise so I can hear that. So we're just covering this in a bit of Lauren Forest. Just to get the base coat on that. Obviously we'll do shades and things a bit later on. Shades. I went to the Warhammer store on Wednesday purely to buy some Agrax Earthshade. And I bought just some Agrax Earthshade. However, and I was like, right, I need some Agrax Earthshade, so I can't do anything till Wednesday when the store opens. Because I need Agrax Earthshade. That's the next step for what I needed it for. So I basically just put my tools down and didn't do anything. I was like, I can't paint now, I need Agrax. Waited Monday, Tuesday, went to the shop on Wednesday, got some Agrax. Just discovered today as I'm setting up, I already had a bottle of Agrax Earthshade. I'm like, oh, you dumb pillock, Fox. Oh, look at that dropping it in the wet palette. Oh, you dumb spoon, Fox. You didn't need to wait around for the Agrax. You spoon. Spoon. Sometimes I have special moments. What can I say? What can I say? Right, so I need a little bit more paint. Don't make me go Postal Beetle. Probably had Operation U-Treat after him. Von Lipwig. Wait, what are we talking about? Who are we talking about? I don't understand any of that comment. Hey up, blokes and bloke S's. Oh, Spiddy Curator, welcome dude. Welcome Spid. Afternoon Spid, says Chris. Didn't really need that much paint just for the little bit I'm doing, but never mind, I've done it now. Okay, get some more green on the go. I needed a little bit for this bit down the side. Dope. Now I'm going to try and get paint in there. Let's find out how much of it is visible. When that goes on, it won't really be visible at all. I mean, it is if you really look underneath, but I will be covering that in dirt and dust. So, yeah, I'm not too fussed about the back of that. Doesn't really matter. Again, this is going to be played on the tabletop. It's not a display piece, so not too fussed. Thank you very much. Give it another quick blast. Now I'm tempted to do a full second coat, but I quite like the way it's a little bit dark at the moment, so I might just give it a quick blap, just to give it some variation. So it doesn't just look uniform. Right, that's that done. all that green paint I put on there, all that green paint there, I didn't need most of that. Oh. Is there anything else I can paint green while I'm here? Save wasting all that paint. Not really. Not really. Oh, fudge. Oh well, never mind, there you go. I could paint this box green. That would be a good non-waste of colour. I shall paint this box green just so I'm not wasting the paint. There we go, this stowage box. Fox question, says Chris. Does the Citadel Paint app let you tell it you have 2 bottles of something? No. No. No, it doesn't. The good thing with shades is like Agrax, and the thing is, like, if you use the Citadel Paint app, and I've shown it before on the stream, but if you use the Citadel Paint app, it's really handy because you can find out if you need a colour. You can check and see if you've got that colour, and if you haven't, you can put it on the wish list, and then you can go and order it from the store, get it from the store. The things with Null Oil and Agrax Earthshade, they're the kind of 2 universal paints that as soon as you run out, you need more. So you kind of never use the wish list thing on there anyway. You just kind of buy more. So it's very easy to not realise you've already got some or haven't got some. A number of times I've done that, it's like, ugh. I've now got 6 bottles of Agrax Earthshade, fantastic. Or 7 bottles of Null Oil, fantabulous. I wasn't going to paint this box originally, but I thought I might as well. Move it out of the way. Seeing as I put far too much green paint on the palette, I may as well use it. Now it looks like I'm just blopping the paint on here quite thick, but it's actually really quite thin at the moment, so the paint's quite thin down. On camera? Yes. So it will flatten out. Doodle doo doo. Doodle doo 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 doo. Yeah, I can't fully get round the back, but again, like with anything, it's diminishing returns. If it's a bit someone's never going to see, if I can't really see it, and I'm looking hard, then when it comes to it being on the tabletop, it's probably going to be hard to see anyway, so it's not the end of the world if there's some bits that don't get dealt with. Because they're never going to be seen. Doodle doo 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 doo. Trying to think of news and things that have been going on this week. I've had a poorly knee all week. For some reason I developed quite a painful knee. It's probably just old age. I'll just be honest and say it's probably old age. So I went to the shop and got myself a tubey grip. Like one of them like sort of material things you put round your knee to support it. And I discovered that the official manufacturer tubey grip, if you look at all that, the ones from Elastoplast and stuff, and they've got all like neoprene and things like that. They've all got like, small, medium and large, but tubey grip, who started all this and the original sort of cotton support for your knee, they have an amazing size system. I looked on the shelf and it just said size D. I'm like, what the hell is that? What the hell is size D? Since when is that a size of something? Oh. So I had no idea. So I bought like a load of them. They were all far too small and cutting the blood off in my leg. So after searching for a day or two, I just went online and bought one from Amazon that has Velcro straps. And it's super comfortable and super supports my knee. So now I can run around and do stuff. So I've had a bit of a sedentary week this week with poorly knee times. But now with this support, it's a bit more comfortable. I'll keep it on for a few days, just for maybe, 5 or 6 days, just to do its thing, and then once that's done, I will take it off and not depend on it. It's just so I can let my knee rest and repair itself, I think is all I need to do. Right, so I can just about get the brush down there, but not massively. But nobody's ever really going to see down there anyway. You can't really see down there. Let's be honest. I mean, if I hold it up to the camera, you can't see down there. I mean, you can, but you have to be looking at some kind of stupid, crazy, funky angle. Not an angle that you're going to see on the tabletop. Nope. Get off. Some green on my leather strap. Duh. I can touch that in. Did you take an arrow in the knee? Says Osric 9000. I used to paint models. And then I took an arrow to the knee. Have you seen those swords from soldiers from Markov? They have curved swords. Curved swords. Tara and Key says, hey Fox, have you played a game of Warhammer yet? And if so, what did you think? Nope, haven't yet. Because, although I've painted up a load of Space Marines and a load of Skitari, I've spent all my time painting all the stuff I don't have the codex for yet. So I painted up my Space Marines, I haven't got the Space Marines codex. Painted up my Skitari, haven't got that codex yet. Painted up my Imperial Knight, one of my Imperial Knights, haven't got the codex for Knights yet. Yeah, I'm being dead special. So this is why I'm doing my Tempesta Scions now, because as soon as I've got these guys painted, I've got something I can take to the shop and play with. I'm going to get the hairdryer on this, so one moment, hairdryer time. Oh, burping time as well. Wow, that just smelled like burning dust. Rusting LD's in, welcome El. Let's have a look. Rusting Custom says, what is the codex? The codex is the rule book, not for everything. There's like an overall rule book, which is one of the prizes in the Wheels giveaway. There's the 40k rule book, which is the general rules to play the game. And then you have a codex for different factions. So you have a codex for Space Marines, or for Chaos Marines, or you have a codex for Tau, you have a codex for Necrons. The codex is the rule book for a specific faction and has all the stats for different things in the faction. So it'll have like the Astra Militarum Codex, which is the Imperial Guard Codex, has things for things like bog standard Imperial Guard, all the stats and figures, all the numbers for this, what damage it can do, how you can use it, all the ones for Tempesta Scions. It's the book that has all the individual details for the specific units. And of course you can't play the game without it, because you need to know what do I need to roll to do a shot or to take a wound, or you know, what's my strength or my armor save and things like that. So you need the rule book. So it's how these things work. You have to buy the model, then you have to buy the rule book, then you have to buy the codex for that particular set of troops. Yeah, they know they're onto a good thing at Games Workshop. That's how it works. So you have the rule book. So basically, to play the game, technically, theoretically, you need the rule book for the game and the codex for whatever units you are fielding. So if you're going to put a squad of Space Marines in a game, you need the rule book, so you know how to play the game, and you need the codex for the Space Marines, so you know what the individual stats for those Space Marines are. It's like rules specific to that faction, because every kind of troop has different rules and different numbers. Really. Ultimately. And they're not cheap. And the real annoying thing is, not that the codex and the rule books and things aren't cheap, because hey, it's Games Workshop, nothing's cheap. What's really frustrating is that there's no kind of, you have to buy a physical book. I mean, you can get cards and you can get various bits, but in this day and age, what I want to be able to do is walk into my Warhammer store with a load of figures, vehicles, and my iPad, and just have the codex on the iPad. So then I can be like, right, how do I do this figure? Right, here we go. I'll look at that page. There you go. Just have a digital version of it. And yes, if I remember rightly, there is no real. You can get like a PDF of some things. So tell me if I'm wrong. As far as I know, you can't get like a fully digital version of a codex. I could be wrong, and if I am, I'll stand corrected. But I'm pretty sure there's no completely wholly digital codices. Right, so that's a bit scruffy painted, but I'm going to do a shade on it and some weathering anyway, so it's fine. I don't want that to look nice and clean. I need it to look a bit rough and ready, because it's a stowage box. It's been carried around, it's been battered and beaten and thrown about, so. Painting the Librarian of Conquest is a pain to assemble, but a joy to paint. Hi, Dad, can I have my pocket money? Yes, I believe it's got a long flowy coat that needs to be glued together with the seam line, just like the guys in my Skitari troop. Dead easy to do, though, if you make yourself some sprue goo. Sprue goo. Sprue goo. Fixes everything. Perfect for filling little gaps in cloaks and long coats and things like that. It's exactly what you want sprue goo for. Fox says, Ryzen, the rules are all available on the iPhone in the Enhanced Digital Edition and an Android one on the PDF version. Is that the rules or is that the codex? Pretty sure everything is available digitally. It may not be entirely legal sometimes, though. Oh, I know. No, I'm talking rubbish. No, I can't explain myself very well. And I got it wrong. Yes, I think there are digital codices and, well, there are digital rules, but they're not updated, I don't think. They have to do like addendums and things all the time. In an ideal world, what you'd have is you'd have an app that's the rules or the codex, and then every time they make a change to the rules or the codex, it just updates automatically. I think that's what I was thinking when I was saying all that. And I just got kind of confused myself. Right, so that's done. That is green. What else do we need to paint? I'm not going to do the gold trim yet because I want to make that kind of... Do I want to make that shiny or do I want to do the gold anyway? No, I want to get the gold base done, I suppose, because I can do the highlights later. So I've got to do the gold trim. I've got to do some shiny on these exhausts, some bronzy effects or burnt effects. I've got to paint the casing on this. And I've got some metallic bits to paint on these little buckles on the straps and things like that, but they're quite small and fiddly, so I'll have to do that off camera. I don't know. See what chat is doing. How much would it cost to take over as a stream boss, says Gaz Vickers. I don't know. I set it to be so much per whatever. So much health per dollar. I think it's in American, so much health per dollar. And it's just, I don't know. But it will be, when Aviad became stream boss, the budget was about, well, the budget was 280 quid. So, because don't forget, the money that goes through the chats and the tip jar and the super chats, that goes into a pot, which then becomes the budget for whoever becomes a stream boss. So I've tweaked it a little bit every now and then, just to get more health off with the dollar. It's like per dollar. So I've tweaked it a bit, so a bit more health comes off, maybe a bit less health, but I think I can't remember what I settled on in the end. But that's the mystery, you see. That's the thing. Right, so don't want to do those. Battle Scribe Sorter, says Aviad Madar. Nah, I tried Battle. That's just for making up your army. That's not the rules and stuff. But I tried Battle Scribe on my desktop PC. I couldn't get it to work. I got it to work. I couldn't get it to transfer stuff to my tablet through another device. It just didn't work. Chapter approved thing is how the release all updated the rules. Huh. Seems a lot complicated. If I do that, I want to win, haha, says Gaz Vickers. But if you pay off the entire stream boss thing, then you're just buying the model anyways. Less maybe whatever's been taken off so far. I reckon £5 would cover it, says Gross Models. Yes. Adrian Levy says, by the way, Fox, Bioland Speedrun, you said, only 20 quid, you said. You forgot I would need 50 quid worth of paint. You didn't ask me that. You didn't ask me to get that specific. You said I need a good model to start out with. It's not expensive. There you go, that's what you asked for. That's what we gave you. It's taken as read that there'll be lots of other expenses involved. LD says, yeah, had to bend and manipulate the two halves to fit them, cement and fill in the scrape and sand. Not that much to paint because the cape covers most of the body. Oh, Dad's in. Hey, Dad. To be honest, the math makes no sense. I've had tipped about 18k and like 80 quid, including £1, seems to equate to 1k on the stream boss. Says Cy Reynolds. I can't remember what I said it as. Not that I tell you anyway. It's all fun. It's all fun games, and it has been changed. It does change from time to time. So there you go. It changed when we first started it because I was tweaking to see how much everything was working, how much was coming off, because I wanted to have a good pop when it finished. So yes, it has been changed. Where are we? And I can't remember what it's set at now, and I can't change it now because that means I have to reset everything, and that'll just go a bit wrong. Scott Sutherland's in. Welcome, Scott. Right, we need to do... change, you say, says Ghost Lyle. Change so I can get more money for the pot. Because I could do it so, like, you know, $1 takes off 50,000 health, but then that's half the health gone in $1, so there's not going to be much to buy if you get a $2 pot. Right, so I want to do casing on these here guns, which I shall do in, let's have a look at my random selection of colours, as I think my sounds are going to be red. Shall I make these red? Yeah, let's make them red. It's all fun, it's all silly good fun. Get my favourite colour in the whole world, Mephiston red. Mephiston red. I'm just graduated, so I am painting my fallen Arabian herald, says Little Hollow Knight. Do you mean graduated in real life? If which case, cool, congratulations. Well done. So Reynolds says, Gaz Vickers, try it, 810 quid. Now, I can't remember how it works. Now, I can't remember with the stream boss. If they say, like, let's say there's some health... Oh, hello, what was that? That was Aviad, donated £5. Don't forget, I can always do this. Yes, Aviad can put his health back up again. If Aviad does a tip or a stream chat, or super chat, he adds health back to his total, so he can mess with you. Dad says, love Mephistopheles and Corn Red. Oh, the autocomplete Mephiston Red. Mephiston Red and Evil Sun Scarlet for me. Much nicer. Right, so I need to paint these bits on their weapons. So a bit of water on that, a little bit of that. I'm probably going to go over some of the metallic parts I've already painted here, but I don't really care because I can touch those up if I need to. So we're just going to do the casings on these here weapons. Do it on camera? Yes. Yes. Now it'll look bright now, but obviously I'm going to weather these. Boy howdy am I going to weather them. So they'll look a bit darker. They'll probably match the red that's there. But I'm going to do my scions in red, so it makes sense that the casings on their weapons would also be red. Yeah, I'll have a little bit of touching up to do because I will make some splobby errors while I'm painting these. But that's fine. The thing about brush painting, don't take anything too seriously and don't get too serious about it. If you're painting something and you do a goof, just go back and touch it up. It's the beauty of these Warhammer kits, Games Workshop kits, is they're so crisply detailed that they do make brush painting a joy. And I was terrible at brush painting. I really sucked. And yeah, I got one of these. Oh, Gaz Vickers, a wibble, a wobble. Thank you very much, Gaz. That's very, very kind of you. He's doing some maths in his head now. Yeah, I sucked at doing brush painting. And I started painting some of these Warhammer things, and it's just, they're so beautifully designed, and the paints are so forgiving. And then I got these brushes as well, which are just divine to paint with. And everything was happy times. I'm going to have to paint over this bit and go back with the metal later, because I can't get the brush around that without painting it. So I'm trying to think what else has been going on. Yeah, not a lot of news from this week. Mostly because I've had my poorly knee, so I've just been kind of sitting at the desk, and the workbench has been a bit challenging for the last few days. Does that need to be red? That needs to be red, I think. And then go over with some bronze later on. So yeah, not had a lot of time at the bench, sadly. Have had a lot of time on the Xbox playing the Red Deads. Loving that game so far. Oh yeah, Xbox One X 4K, native 4K. Let's have a look. So I've been playing on that. And I did my usual thing of get the first few missions out of the way and then just go off for a wander, basically. I've been wandering around the area, hunting the animals. The only thing that makes me sad, in a way, is that with the original Red Dead, I could stick a podcast on and go out into the wild and just do loads of hunting, like for hours and hours, just go and hunt, get all these animal skins and go and sell them for a profit. Now it's a bit different because you can only carry so many skins, and like I can carry, like at the moment I've not upgraded my backpack yet, and I know I can do, but right now it's like I can carry, you know, 9 or 10 say skins of up to deer size, and then anything bigger than that, like a bear, it has to go on the back of the horse, and that's a one-off job. So it's a bit of a swizz, but then again, hunting's a lot more involved. I can't just ride around on my horse and shoot stuff. I'm sneaking about with my bow and arrow, using my Batman senses to find the beasts. And I wanted to go down and find the old Red Dead Redemption 1 map area. Go down and visit Armadillo, and see what that's like. But I've not unlocked any of the story yet, where I'm still wanted instantly shoot on sight in Blackwater, so I can't really go that far down yet. What's chat doing? Good man, Scott Netherland says, Dad, Vincent's in, Mr. Loath model making. Afternoon everyone, welcome dude. Bet there's already a Thanos mini, says oh dear, I don't know what we're talking about. Paul's in, glued to the sprue. I've had poorly knees for years, stop moaning. Yeah, but I haven't had them yet before, so I've got to have my first settling in period while I get used to having grumpy knees. What do I want to make that? I'll tell you at the minute, all kind of things going wrong with my body at the minute. It's like, because I'm getting old, I've suddenly hit. I thought that growing old would be a thing where you'd be like boisterous as a young man, and then as you get older, you'd start to slow down a bit, and you know, you get this stiffness and the, you know, poor movement, and you'd slowly degrade. Oh no, no, no. What my body's done is, like, over the summer it was like everything's fine, carry on, and then all of a sudden it went, and now your feet are crippled and in pain all the time. Because during the summer it was hot, so I just spent a lot of time with my shoes off, just walking around barefoot, which I don't often do, so it was nice, you know, in the garden and stuff. And my right foot decided that from that point on it would just be in agony all the time, because obviously it didn't like being barefoot. I'm like, so now I'm going to have to go these metal bits and retouch them in later. So now it's like I have to wear my sneakers all the time just to support my foot while it stops being an arse. So, and it was like overnight, I'm like, what? Hello? And then that's ongoing. And then all of a sudden my knee decided it wanted to be a pain in the bum and be crippled all the time. I'm like, oh, what? I'm supposed to get old slowly, not just suddenly overnight and bang, I'm an old fart and I'm falling apart. That's not how this is supposed to work. God damn it. I'm only 48. It's not like I'm an old man. So yeah, it's like everything's going on at the moment. It's just like, oh God. Do you know? Anything else want to go wrong? Because I quit smoking, of course, a few months ago. I put a little bit of weight on. That's been a real bugger to try and get rid of. I'm like, oh, can't shift that. And that's just down to me, though, because it's like, I'm thinking, right, I need to just not eat shit all day. I'll just get up, not eat anything, have my tea at tea time, do that for a few days, I should be back to normal. But then I'll accidentally open the biscuit barrel, you know, and eat all the biscuits or something, and it's like, oh, it's gone wrong already. So I didn't realise this whole getting slow when you get old thing was like a binary state, like on or off, not... I thought it was like a slow progression, but no. How's that looking? That'll need some touch up. Needs to be that bit there. Doodly. I've been doing this on camera, by the way. A little touch up there. There will be some little bits I need to touch up on here. I know that. That's fine. little bits that I've missed, or where I've gone over the metallic with the red. Not too far. I've not done any washing or anything on this yet, so it doesn't really matter. When you're painting stuff and you're just getting the base coats down, don't worry too much about being neat and tidy, because if you get paint A where it doesn't need to go and it covers up paint B, just wait till later and go back and touch up with the other paint again. You can go back and forth, it's not a problem. Okay, so that's there. Try and get paint around the back, that's the hard bit. I'm going to have to touch that bit in later because I've got that over the metallic. But again, doesn't matter. Getting paint around the back's quite hard. What else been going on? Apart from just sudden onset decrepitude. What else been happening? Yeah, it's going to be easy to just paint that metal rod later, isn't it? Let's just get that done and we can paint the metal rod back later. That might actually be easier, wouldn't it? I don't know, does it work as a red on the side? It'll be darkened down and weathered. I think it works. I'll do the other one. Let's have a look. What's chat doing? Dad says, glued to the sprue. Me too, old soldier wounds, don't you know? Earl D says, teen daughters are evil. Aviad Madar says, Fox, listen to someone who tore up their knee. Don't use those tube things for long. Keep it elevated and ice it every hour or so. That's the weird thing. If I keep it elevated, it actually hurts a lot more. If I just keep it normal, if I sit straight and keep my leg either like that or like that, rather than up like that, it's fine. I'm only going to wear this for because I had one on my hand when I hurt my thumb once, so I had one of those Velcro grippy things on my hand once just to stop my thumb moving. I only wore that for 5 or 6 days because he said don't wear it for longer, so I'm only going to wear it for at the most 7 days. Then I'll take it off, and in a couple of days it's actually a lot easier. It's like before, if I walk to shop and back, I'd be in agony. Now it's actually not so bad. So yeah, I think the problem is though that I used to sit with my left leg tucked underneath my right leg. I don't know why, but I think that's killed the tendons over the years. Let's have a what's chat doing. Gaz Vickers says, that's what happens to my friend. Chest pains at 28, found a heart issues, back at 30 arthritis, and degenerative disc disease. It was all rather annoying. Yeah, hopefully I don't get anything like that. I think it's just old stiffness all appearing at once. Get a bike, Fox. I put loads on after I stopped. Do about 35 miles a week, so it keeps the chub off the waist. I'm allergic to exercise. And I know I'm allergic because when I do exercise, I break out in sweats and I get pain and discomfort and I find it hard to breathe. So that's clearly a sign of actually being allergic to something. So I'm allergic to that. Yeah. I am the definition of the word sedentary. That's my downfall. I'm just going to paint this red because I'll go back and do the metal bits later. I'm not going to mess about with this one. Yes, I am the very definition of the word sedentary. Is that bad for me in the long run? Yep. It's the way I've always been. It's the downside of being an arty-farty type. I have no interest in going out and doing sporty things and exercise things and all that kind of nonsense. And I have had great success with a very specific diet that I came up with quite a long time ago, which I'll politely call, although it's not the proper name, I'll politely call the poop yourself thin diet. Which is basically, when I was younger, it was eat as much of anything as you want, no matter what it is, eat as much of it as you want, go hog wild, eat anything you want. All you need to do is make sure you do a massive poop afterwards. And it seemed to work until I was about 45. Then it stopped being quite so efficacious. But my female friends hate me, or used to hate me, because I'd eat like a horse and yet I wouldn't put on weight. I used to have like the constitution of a hamster or something. I just burn that off, so I'd stay skinny. Not anymore. Well, I kind of am skinny. It's like I take after my dad. I'm still skinny, but with a little pot belly, so I need to get rid of that. No. I don't think I might paint that tip a different colour because I don't know if it works as red. I might paint it a dark colour actually, just to make it different. What's we doing there? Can we get that around the back? Do we need to go? Yes, get some paint around the back. Ooh, well, itchy nose today. Either that means I'm going to come into money or somebody loves me. I can't remember which one it is. One of the two. Now, which bit do I want to paint? Is that still part of the kit? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to extend backwards. I should have painted this thing red first and then done all the metal detail, really, shouldn't I? That would have made a lot more sense. I'm going to repaint these metal details later, so I'm going to do this bit as well. Count this as casing. I'll have to go back over these metal bits anyway, never mind. No. So what have you guys all been up to anyway? How is everyone? What's on your bench at the moment? While I'm painting and I can't see what you're talking about, I'll ask you how you are and what you're all up to build wise and painty wise at the moment. What are your current projects? And I'll read them out in a bit. Tell me with typing. For some reason I actually enjoy painting round weapons like this. I don't know why. Something I never really enjoyed doing. They always look fine once you put the effort in and they come out and they're all finished. They always look great, but I never actually enjoyed this part of the process. I don't know why. Now don't forget, folks, last week's Wheel of Giveaways was the 3-book set, the Gaunt's Ghost book set, the Warhammer books, which I'm reliably informed is like 70 or 80 quid worth of books. That's the prize for this week, and I'll be drawing those in a bit. So if you want to be in with a chance to win those, and remember, I don't care what you do with them. If you win them, you're more than welcome to sell them if you want. You don't have to read them. So even if you just want to win them to sell them and make a little bit of money, that's fine. You need to be in it to win it, so make sure you go along to last week's video, last week's live show video, and add your comment to the comments. And if I remember rightly, I asked you to post an interesting or amusing but not necessarily accurate fact about ghosts and ghoulies. So make sure you've done that, because I'll be doing that a bit later on. And if you haven't done your comment, you can't win. There you go, see? Logical, that is. Let's have a look, see what the chat says. Nimcinderian says he has 2 bad knees, 1 bad shoulder, broke it when he was 6 or 7 and the bone never set right, and a bad back, so yeah, this time of year sucks for me. Yeah, it could just be the time of year with the cold weather. Don't have a fight with a car is the moral of my story. I'll end up underneath it and dragged along for a few yards. Yeah, road rash for the win. I'm 28 and my shoulder and knee are already as buggered as an 80-year-old, says Vincent. Ouch. Fox, did you consider painting before assembly? What, with these guns? No. I like to just get the thing built and then paint it. It's more fun. The thing about Warhammer for me is that because I spend so much time building Gunpla, where I have to paint everything in separate bits and then do all the assembly and plan all the assembly and everything else, with these I enjoy the fact I can just stick it all together and paint chunks of it without doing sub-assemblies. It's much less thinky, and that's why I like it. Fox, you're moaning now. Just wait, everything starts to creak later on in life, says Dad. Yeah, we'll have to like it, though. Dad's asking Chris if Chris is on tonight. Yes, Chris does a Warhammer stream about 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock tonight. He's totally stolen my idea and does a Warhammer stream. He's working on his, what are you doing? An Eldar Jabba the Hutt sail barge type thing. Jabba's skiff type thing. So yeah, don't forget, 8 PM tonight over on Chris's channel, Gross Models. Do pop along and watch him do a live stream. Dad's working on his Metal Death Copter and Goliath, and then Taurox with the wheels. Lol, Kenneth will hate you. Dad bought a Death Copter, and it's like one of Games Workshop's worst ever models. It really is. Right, I don't know why I got water on the brush there. I shall paint the muzzle. What shall I paint it? I might just paint it just black. I might just... I want it to be stand apart from... I don't know, what colour shall I paint it? I might just do it black. Oh no, I don't want to do it black. I don't want to do it black. I want to do it dark grey. Where's my Skaven Blight Dinge? Skaven Blight Dinge. I love that name. Where is it? There it is. But I'll give it plenty of smoke effects and stuff. Then again, it's going to be really similar to the base grey colour, which is going to be a bit sucky. Doodle doo doodle doodle doo doodle doo doodle doo. No, you know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? I know what we're gonna do. I know what we're gonna do. Gonna give it the old Balthazar Gold tip. Why not? I know it's not really relevant to this kind of weapon, but hey, it's all fun. There's some Balthazar Gold on my palette. Quite a significant amount, as it turns out. Chris is just uploading the D'Agostini X-Wing trial issues. There are only 5, so Fox will approve. Yeah, shut up. Shut up now. I'm not listening. Tyrone Key's building the Stormcast from Soul Wars for the Age of Sigmar. Cool. Nim Syndron is still working on the Unicorn, and he's now on the 2nd arm. Doodle-doo-doodle-doo-doo-doo. TK's in. Hey, welcome, TK. On the bench, Eldar Hemlock Wraith Fighter RF84F, and also hello all, says TK. I didn't steal the idea. I like to think it's an homage, says Gross Models. Munchkin Modelling Man 72, nice truck so far, Guru. Thank you very much, dude. Welcome to the show. Not seen you in the chat before. Hey Vince, things are good up here. How about down the Belgiums? Blame Fox, says Gaz Vickers. I'd blame me for everything. It seems to be the way. What would it? Oh yes, Balthazar Gold. Now I'm going to be doing matte varnishes and stuff later on, but this is really just a Balthazar Gold base coat that will be covered over with like matte Agrax Earthshade and other things, and then gone over with some heat effects later on. So I'm just putting this on here now, but it won't stay this way later on. It won't stay Balthazar Gold, not really. On camera, sort of. Because I've not actually done any shades or anything on the vehicle yet, not proper. I've done a shade on the base grey colour, but I've not done any real weathering on it yet, so this is just real still base coats and things. Just getting the base colours down. There we go. I know it's not really relevant to the weapon, but just makes it look a bit more interesting, a bit less monochromatic. Monochromatic. We'll put a bit on here. On this round doohickey. So I firmly believe that when it comes to futuristic spacey weapons, there should always be round doohickeys at all times. I think if you're designing a futuristic weapon, if you were designing an actual weapon, then I think you should at all times try and incorporate some kind of round doohickey. Even if it serves no actual purpose on the weapon, it needs it anyway. Otherwise, how can you even consider it a futuristic weapon? But I do like to get these base colours down, even though I've got, like, you know, shades, matte shades to go on here, and you know, a matte coat before I get round to doing any metallic dry brushing, highlighting stuff. I like to get these base colours down, because then it just gives you something to work off later on to get the highlights. Because this is going to be played on the tabletop, I will be matte varnishing it, obviously. And that's one thing I've never understood with the Warhammer TV stuff. Somebody actually asked Duncan once, he said, do you matte varnish your models and what do you use? And he kind of said, no. I'm like, how do you play a weapon, how do you play a model on the tabletop without matte varnishing it and all the paint just coming off every time you handle it? Isn't that just complete ass? Apparently he doesn't, or if he does, I guess he uses their rattle can stuff. And that's the only bit of creative thinking I have to do around Warhammer, is the paints are such that they always look fantastic when you paint them. The metallic bits look just exactly how you want them to look, but then you remember, of course, wait, I've got to varnish over this to protect it from handling. So you have to get a bit creative sometimes with your painting and your order of painting. I can't get this brush around there now. With your painting order. Just to make sure you get all the finishes you want. Because sod's law is that the metal parts always look brilliant before you put the matte varnish on. They always look exactly as you wanted them to look before you do that matte varnishing bit. And then you're like, you do the matte varnishing or even the gloss varnishing, you're like, oh, it ruined it now. I'll see it on over there. I'll have to go touch that in with the metallic and Gefahren a bit later. I'll come and check on the chat in a second. If I'm just waffling on, my apologies. It's difficult to think about things to talk about when I'm doing fiddly paintiness. Remember, if you want to ask me a question, if you're in the chat, just put the question in chat, put it in big capital letters so I've got a chance of trying to see it. It's not guaranteed I'll see it, of course, but I'll have a better chance of seeing it if it's in capitals. If I don't answer your question, just type it again a bit later. When I'm looking at the chat, I'll probably have a better chance of seeing it. If you want to, of course, you can do a super chat, which is the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That just pops it up in a little colour box and makes a sound that I can hear at this end, so I know you've done a chat. Also helps take a little bit of Avid's health off as well for the stream boss. Or if you can't access the chat right now, if you're not watching on YouTube, don't panic. Just send me an email. Email address is above the Warhammer logo on screen. It's fox@modelmakingguru.com. It's right here. There. Send your question email, just like one that's just come through now from Cy Reynolds. You can send me questions that, if you want me to answer the question on the stream. Just general questions. It could be about model making, could be about anything you want. It doesn't have to be about model making. You can just ask me questions. You can say hello. You can do shout outs like we do on the models live stream if you want to. Just tell me interesting things. But don't forget, of course, we'll do sticker giveaways later on. And if you want a guaranteed sticker, then just send me a question answer that I can use on as a sticker giveaway question. And if I use it, I will send you a sticker. And all you need to do is send me the question that I need to ask, the answer to that question. Don't just send me the question, Dave. Send me the answer as well, because I won't know what the answer is. And include your name and address. Because if you don't include your name and address in the question and answer email, I won't be able to send you a sticker, so I won't send you one. I'll just assume you don't need a sticker. Because I don't want to have to mail you back and say, thanks, now what's your actual address, please? Because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered. So you don't include name and address, I can't send you a free sticker. Or just mail me and say hi, or, you know, whatever. Nee, 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 nee. You know what really scares me sometimes? Not really scares me, but stops me in my tracks. Is to think that not that long ago, you know, 18 years, go back 18 years, which is not really that long. It's, you know, really. Go back maybe 18 years. None of this existed, man. Internet-wise. I would have had no way of doing this. No way of interacting with you. I mean, yeah, it did exist, but it was, most people didn't have it. There was no such thing as live streaming back in those days. You know, there's no way of interacting with you. Facebook and stuff didn't exist. Now we can say, hey, have you got a question? Email me. 18 years ago, back to the year 2000, it was like, got a question? Send me a letter, maybe? That'd be it. It's weird when you think how far we've come in just almost 20 years. And then it's also weird to think that 2000, the year 2000, was 20 years ago almost. It's like, oh wow, really that long? Holy crap. Doesn't seem like that long, but it was. Okay, so that's the bronze on there. I don't want any other bronze colour areas. Yes, I do. Yes. I certainly do, Stanley. I want these bits on the exhausts. Now, if you watch me do the Imperial Knight... No, not the Imperial Knight. Was it the Imperial Knight? I can't remember. I did show you how I painted my heat effects on some of the gun barrels. I think I did anyway. I did it somewhere at some point. I'm just talking rubbish now. Yeah, it's weird to think, like, you know, go back 20 years and my sort of thing was, you know, if I wanted to have contact with people, if I wanted to, you know, find something out, I'd have to get a book or go out and do things. It'd be like, ugh. You know, I used to draw comic strips and stuff just for fun. It'd be like, if I actually wanted to do anything with it, I'd have to, you know, physically do a load of stuff and put it together and send it to a publisher to look at. There was nowhere to post this stuff up so the world could see it. Although in my case, there were a couple of guys in my local pub who I kind of got to know, and they were doing a little sort of magazine. It was almost like a student rag mag, but they were doing this little sort of paper printing magazine thing called, what was it called? 15 Nuns. I don't think it lasted very long. And I did a bit of a comic strip for them. A little bit of one. 15 Nuns. And I seem to remember one of the guys that ran it had the most awesome surname of Cake. Was it John Cake? Somebody or other Cake. I was like, that's a brilliant, that's the best surname in the world, Cake. As in, you know, cake that you eat cake. That was his surname. 15 Nuns. It was like a little small self-printed thing. It was only a bit of fun. Little indie comic book. Probably didn't get seen much outside of Manchester. Go and look it up on the internet, see if it's there. Probably listed somewhere on the internet. I'm just going to paint this and touch it in later. I don't really remember much about it. It was a little black and white, cheaply printed thing. It was good fun. But that was it in those days. Like, you know, you meet a guy who does his own little magazine thing. Okay, a little fan mag. Okay, that's one way. But nowadays, it wasn't long after that, it became a thing of, if you want to do a comic strip, you publish it online, build a website, and publish it online. Done, there you go. And then YouTube came along. See, I do wonder what I would be doing if it wasn't for YouTube. I mean, I would have got back into models anyway, because I did that before I started doing the YouTubing, but it was only when I realised I could do this. I'd be like, hey, I could do videos like this. and the opportunity to come up with e-models, and that was cool. That opened my eyes to it. I was like, you know what, I could do this. And then when I had to leave my job, and I'm like, I can try and make this into a job now. That'd be brilliant. Why not try and make a living doing this? And here we are, what, 2 or 3 years later, I think. And, you know, I'm doing alright. Thanks to my patrons. And, you know, you guys who put money through in tips and other things here and there and send me stuff. I'm doing a little bit. You know, I'm not earning a fortune here. I'm not, you know, not enough to, you know, pay my bills and everything else and eat and everything else. But it's better than nothing. It's there. It's an income, and it's early days. So I just need to keep working hard for you guys, and everything will be gravy. Okay, so that's coming along nicely. Bit of brassiness going on there. What's chat doing? A certain Mr. Guru was going to do a logo design for me for stickers, as I lack an artistic drawing skill. That was a year ago by now, says Vincent. Yeah, no, I've still got the outline. I've got the outline done. I just need to do the colouring, and I keep not getting around to it. Let's have a look what else is going on. Oh, Skipper Ted is in. Hey, Ted. Hey, Ted. How you doing, mate? Are they pumping your pillows for you? I didn't see Ted come in. Welcome, Ted. Tyrone says, hey, Ted, what did you want to know about the Warhammers the moment he came in? Which reminds me, on the e-model show last week, who was it? I can't remember who it was now. It might have been Sprue Glue. I can't remember who it was now. Somebody said they were maybe interested in asking me what I was doing with my D'Agostini Falcon. Was I going to build it or sell it? And I said, I'm probably just going to sell it, because I'm never going to get around to building it. And I never heard from them. So if that was you, I need to send me an email. If you're interested in buying it, I built the cockpit, basically, and that was it. So, yeah. Might have been Sprue Glue Addict. I can't remember who it was now, anyway. Right, so I need to do some more. I need to go back to my lead belcher. Lead belcher. What time are we on? 4:17, wow. Where is my lead belcher? How are you doing, Tedward? Good to see you in, matey. Ooh, is the stickers too? I can have one. Ted, if you get the question first, you can have a sticker, mate. Tyrone says, yes, Ted, you should get the Warhammer as well, to be doomed. Ted does have a Warhammer kit in his stash. He started building it. Ted has a Hydra. I think it's a Hydra. You know, the little anti-aircraft tank. I bought it for him. I sent it to him as a gift. And he started building it. Didn't get around to painting it. But he started building it. If your surname was Cake, what would you name your child, says Gross Models. Hey Fox, what do you paint your... Well, hey Fox, why do you paint your thumb? Are you just a bad shot and miss the model, says Skipper Ted. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to paint this now. Oh, I'm going to paint this bit there. Oh, thumb gets... I know where I'm painting, so my thumb gets in the way. I'm like, I'm going to paint this bit now. Ready? I'm going to paint this bit. Oh, it's my thumb. It's like a photo bomber. It's like one of them dogs that always jumps in the picture at the last minute when you don't want it to. We're looking at chat, weren't we? Just kidding, Fox. You'll get to it when you get to it, says Vincent. No more Gundams, Fox, says Daniel Ebling. Yes, there will be. I've still got the Strike Gundam going on. As soon as that's finished, I need to get on with my Master Grade Caesar, because the Strike Gundam and the Caesarbi are both Patreon reward builds for patrons who should put me at the top tier. Chris, I was thinking Chris, short for Christmas. Chris isn't short for Christmas. It's short all the year round. Size joke, you see. Moving on. Paul would appreciate that. I'm surprised Paul didn't say anything sooner about the word short and talking about Chris at the same time. Never mind, I'm disappointed, Paul. You were slow off the mark. You were in chat earlier, so I assume you're still watching. If you're not still watching, well, it's no excuse. That's totally not on camera, is it? Let's move this back again. Now I need to go and touch that bit in. Now I'm not being too super careful right now with these bits, because there are going to be shades going over here. Null shades covering up, going over the metallics and the red. So it does mean that if I've got a few janky edges here and there, it's no biggie because the shades will tidy all that away. They hide all your sins. And I've said this a million times before. If you're painting little details, don't worry too much about getting them crisp and clean and precise, because if you are doing shading or anything like that, you will cover those up with things like washes and shades anyway. So you don't need to get too anal about it. I mean, try and be neat as best you can, but if you do go off the rails a little bit here and there, don't panic. You can either go back and touch up, or just let your washes and shades take care of it. Okay, that's that there. Like, there's some bits here where perhaps the red paint's gone onto the metallic paint a little bit, or vice versa. The red paint hasn't got the coverage and there's some bits exposed. But I'm not too fussed because I know that I'll try and tidy it up now, but there are some bits that will just get hidden by a shade anyway. Especially if it's on an edge or on a recess. Chris thinks he's taller than me. How tall are you, Chris? I'm 5'8". It would be funny if you're actually taller than me. It's like my friend Busby, who you've seen once or twice. My friend Busby, where we used to work together in a place, and he was the youngest one in our group, and yeah, he was known as the old man of the group. We used to call him I can't remember what was he used to call him. His nickname was Dusty, because we used to joke that when he farted, dust came out. That should be red. That's totally not red. Why did I not pick that head? Let's peek that bit of head, shall we? Hey. Totally missed that bit there, like a complete spoon. Little bit of red paint on there like that, you see? Lovely, lovely. There's painting carefully, and then there's just completely not painting a whole thing. There's just no excuse for that, Fox. There's no excuse at all. Now, I'm not going over these with a second coat of the Mephiston Red particularly. Like, normally you go over with the second coat just to get a nice bright red colour. I'm not actually doing that because I don't want this to look bright red. I want it to look a little bit faded. Once it's got the shade goes over it, I want it to still look, because I'm doing it over a dark colour, I want it to still look a little bit dull and dark, just so it stands out from anything else that I might happen to paint red. Let's have a look. Good to hear you're still building guns. I have about 20 kits and no motivation to work on them. Yeah. I'm in the middle of working on the Strike Rouge at the moment, which is all in bits. I've got to finish doing all the decals. That's the one for Jordan, one of my patrons, Jordan. It's a Strike Rouge Autori. There is a series on that. I think there's 4 episodes in there so far. Should be another one coming up hopefully in the next week. And then once that's done, I've got to do a little U-boat. And then the next gunpla after that is the Sazabi. That'll take me probably into the new year. And once that is done, at some point after that, there'll be a big build, because I will be doing the Perfect Grade Millennium Falcon for my sponsors, emodels.co.uk. Your one-stop shop for your model making needs. This channel is sponsored by emodels.co.uk. Yes, I've got to do the Perfect Grade Falcon for them, so that'll probably be my big New Year build, assuming I've done the Sazabi by then. And then yeah, I've got a big stash of gunpla I need to build. So don't you worry yourself. During the week is when I do my gunpla goodness. The difficulty is, it's not like with the Warhammer stuff. You can paint and film quickly because it's all brushwork. With gunpla, you can't do that because it's all airbrush work and slow processes, and excuse me, it's not something you can just rattle through and paint and film as you go along. So with gunpla, actually filming builds takes a lot longer, and it doesn't help that over the last few months it's been a bit of a dry spell anyway, so for any kind of builds. So yeah, it does take longer. When I do the Sazabi, because it's going to be a very specific colour scheme, and it's also going to be design. It's going to be beaten and battered. I'm actually going to see if I can do a lot of brush painting on that one. It might be actually a brush paint heavy job, because traditionally you'll do a gunpla and you do all the nice airbrushing and colours and stuff, but I'm just going to actually treat it like a giant Imperial Knight and just do it as brush painting. See what happens, because it's going to be battered and beaten and weathered, so because that's what George wants. So we're going to do it as a brush paint job. So I'll probably, you know, do some spraying on the interior frame, because there's going to be some shiny metallics in there anyway. But the armour on the outside will definitely be brush painted. If you've seen my Imperial Knight, it's going to be that kind of idea. Brush painting, lots of dry brushing, like on here where I've got all the shading and fading is all dry brushing on this. There's no airbrush on this, apart from the primer. There'll be lots of that, so we shall see. We shall see how it goes. Oh, red paint missing down there. Oh, Fox, you're so rubbish you are. You're right rubbish. Missing out all little bits. I know. I keep forgetting there's a whole under area. But you could say, you know, wow. Hello, I'm going to start that sentence again, because I turned into Bruce Forsyth there for a second. You could say nobody's ever going to look underneath and see the underside of this vehicle and see the underside of that weapon. It's like, yeah, but I'll know it's there, and you know. Skipper Ted, sorry, what did I miss? Just having his blood pressure taken. Is she a very nice nurse taking your blood pressure, Ted? Is that what it was? A lot of flesh tones on show. Not much, we're just working on this. Nothing's happened yet, we've not done any giveaways and stuff. I've been waffling on about all kinds. I've been whinging because I've got a sore knee and I'm old and things are falling apart. It's not gone up despite watching Fox. Yeah, it's supposed to go down if you watch me, Ted. Surely. Skill Model Muse is in. Welcome, Muse. Welcome, welcome. Am I off camera? Yes, of course I'm off camera. I'm always off. Let me move this that way. Then I might not be off camera so much. The thing is, I've got kind of comfortable zones where I like to work, and then I always make the mistake of putting the camera not on those comfortable zones. The difficulty is, of course, though, if I filmed where I actually like to paint on this desk, you wouldn't see anything because it'd just be the back of my head all the time. Doodle-doodle-doo-doodle-doodle-doo. So again, we're just doing the base colours here, so it may look a bit weird and lifeless right now. Putting bronzes here and silvers there and reds there. It's just the base colours. All will make sense soon enough once you start getting weathering and shades on there. So I've got those bits on there. Let's touch in that little bit there. Oh no, missed red on there as well. Wow. Morning, Fox. It's a Skill Model Muse. Morning, 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 or afternoon. Do you know what I had for my tea last night? I had doner meat and chips, and you know what? It was fantastic. Somehow I managed to find a place that does very, very nice and not particularly gnarly doner meat. And they also do really nice chips. My local kebab place around the corner. Really nice chips that kind of don't taste like chips. They taste like they've got like a dark savoury flavour to them, which is most pleasant. So I had most efficacious and delightful doner meat and chips last night. A little bit of chilli sauce that wasn't spicy but had a wonderful flavour. JS Idaho is in. Welcome, JS Idaho. What's up, Styrene fans? Things are up. Lots of little tiny details to paint on these things, I tell you that. What I'll do is I will, while I'm here with the lead belcher, what time are we on? 4:30. It's getting close to sticker and giveaway times, but we'll get there. We'll do some of this, do some back action going on for you. Ooh, see, I went wrong there, didn't I? Oh well, I'll tidy that up in a minute. So the difficulty is some of these areas, like little tiny things, is where I need to get close and do close-up painting work, but I can't really do that on while I'm doing the stream for you guys, because it's not good for you to watch that. There's a little cable there that I need to paint in black maybe, or dark grey, but I'll do that later. So I really will need to be paying attention to paint that bit. I like the fact there's a pressure gauge on the side of this weapon. It's like so steampunk. Right, so I was doing the backpacks. Can't believe it's been an hour and a half already. Time really goes fast when we're doing these programs, doesn't it? Programs, like we're actually on telly or something. I need to paint that bit. That's going to be gold. There's lots of little tiny details on the backpacks that I need to carefully paint in later on, maybe. I'll do that bit there. Again, on the backpacks, I'm only doing base colours. I've not done any shading yet, so there's lots of little things on here that I'm not too fussed about. Are we on camera? Yeah, just about. Just about. I'm thinking about Donna meat and chips. I shouldn't have mentioned Donna meat and chips because I'm actually hungry for Donna meat and chips now. But here's a handy tip: if you go into your local kebab shop and you want Donna meat and chips, don't ask for Donna meat and chips, because you'll just get a tray with Donna meat and chips in it. That's not correct. What you need to do is ask for Donna meat and then ask for a separate tray of chips. That's how you do it. That's how you get your goodly portion of Donna meat and chips. Gotta go, guys. Got my roast dinner on the table waiting for me, says Jamie Bell. Thanks for coming in, dude. Enjoy your roast dinner. I haven't been shouted by the neighbour yet, so I don't think we're getting a roast dinner this Sunday. They might just be having fish fingers today, I guess. Yeah. So thanks for coming, Jamie. Have a good rest of the day. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Not going to paint the buckles on there yet because they're too small right now. Tiny details. Let me know if my head keeps coming to shot, but I don't know where my head is in relation to the camera, so I keep occasionally feeling my hair brush the camera, but I don't know if it's the lens or just the frame around it or what, so do let me know. Okay, so those smaller details, I might leave those. Let's have a look. Aviad is in. Welcome, welcome. Question for the folks. Oilless compressor seems to be getting really damn hot the last week or so. Never got this hot before. Any idea what to check for? Mine gets really hot, but I think it's just because it's cheap. If it's getting really, really hot and you're worried about it, just get a new one. I know it's not something you can easily afford to do, but I mean, mine gets very, very hot. Depends. I mean, if it might have an auto temperature off, like sensing turn off thing, but it might not, or it might not work. So I'm always very wary of. I love my compressor, but I'm always very wary about it exploding and killing me. Let's have a look. Ted's talking about pizza. What are they feeding you in hospital, Ted, by the way? What's your hospital food like? As somebody that likes hamburgers that you get on British Rail trains and loves school cabbage, tell me about hospital food. It's one thing I've not experienced, hospital food. Time for coffee, still morning here, says Scale Model Muse. It's always time for coffee. Joe Bowditch is in, welcome. I had the best chips ever last night, went out with some mates to Wetherspoons, night of my... Hang on, I'll start again. I had the best chips ever last night, went out with some mates, went to Wetherspoons, might have on my liked them because I was drunk. Yeah. When you're drunk, all the chips are the best chips in the world. How long is it running for, Aviad, says Dad. Oh, I see, it's talking about the compressor. My autocorrect is pissing me off, says says Joe. Got it for 3 to 4 years now, but it seems to get hot after even just a few minutes of spraying, says Aviad. Yeah, might just be a bit old now. Although Dad says they do run hot. It isn't that you've just noticed it recently, but it's always been that way. JS Hido says, thanks for the Airfix Hawk Fox. Also, I sent you a question for the stream today. Have you just received it now? That was weeks ago we sent that. Wow. Yes, JS Idaho won the Airfix Hawk plane, Canadian plane, which on the wheel of giveaways was just labelled as Canada. What is doner meat? Nobody can tell you that. You have to experience it. It's like if you go into a kebab shop, there's like a big thing. It's like a tube of meat like that long, like about 2 foot long, 3 foot long, and about that wide, that big in diameter, and it just spins slowly. And what they do is they get this thing and they go bzz, 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 and they shave off very thin strips of it, and that's doner meat. I think it's mostly lamb and stuff. Aviad says, no, it was always okay, but now we can grill steak on it. I'm getting a ton of moisture building up as well, like having to drain the tap every day. It could be a dry air vent not providing enough air, says Daniel Ebling. Aviad says it makes sense. I'll have a look. A bit of dirt build up with construction gang next door, going on next door. Team Inept Paul says compressors run hot by design because of the pressure of compressing the air makes it hot. Science. Yes. At the end of the day, though, I mean, mine gets a bit hot, but it always has. But if mine was getting really super hot, I would just get a new one. I wouldn't take the risk. I'm a big girly when it comes to things that might explode. Joe Bowditch says doner meat is leftover meat made into a log. That's the best way to put it. Doner meat is one of those meats that is best eaten when you're completely rat-arsed. You've been drinking all night and you're hungry and you don't care. The thing with doner meat is it's the one food that you can't really eat the next day. Like, you know, you get a pizza, you can eat that the next day. You get a curry, you can eat the leftovers the next day. You get a Chinese, you can eat the leftovers. Doner meat, you can't. I have never in my life got up the next day and seen the remains of a doner kebab and gone, I need to eat that. I've always looked at the doner kebab and gone, that's going in the bin now. It's one of those things you can't eat it the next day. With most you can. All hospitals smell of cigarettes, feet and garbage, says Oblivion Reviews. Welcome, by the way, dude, to the chat. Ted says all hospitals smell of cabbage cooking. Yes. Some of us like things that explode, Foxy, says Scale Model Muse. I like things that explode. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a nice explosion. I like a nice thing. But the thing is, my compressor sits between my legs on the floor. When I'm sat at my desk here, my compressor's like there. Between my legs, on the floor, right in front of me. Don't really want that exploding in any way, shape or form. I've burnt my leg on it enough times. It's like, oh! So, yeah. So, I should put it somewhere else, but it would still kind of blow the back of the house off. So, yeah. But I like explosions. Blowing stuff up, yes. Doner meat sounds like shawarma. I don't know what shawarma is, says Daniel. Okay, it's like Mexican al pastor or when I get a decent gyro. Yes, similar. Gyro. Paul says, PMSL, the remains of a kebab. What remains? Listen. My local kebab place that used to be, that isn't there now, they did this kebab that I swear was like, it was 2.5 foot long. And no matter how hungry I was, there were times when you got most of the way through it and you're like, I can't eat anymore. I just physically can't eat anymore. And I put it to one side, and then I wake up the next morning and be like, you're just going outside now. You're going outside. It's more of a crap gyros pitta, says Speedy Q8. We like explosions, just not being in them, says Daniel Ebling. Vincent says, shawarma, doner kebab, pitta, it's all sheep meat stuck together on a spit. Yeah, pretty much. Just look up doner kebab. It's a British tradition. You go to the pub, you drink more than you legally should, more than any organs can cope with, and then you have a kebab on the way home. And trying to walk is hard enough after many beers, but trying to walk and hold a kebab in a tray and not get yourself covered in doner, you'll come home covered in sauce and salad and meat and everything. I really want a doner kebab now. We're going to have pizza for tea, but I might have kebab instead. It's like shawarma, which I'd never heard of, but I had to go and look up after Avengers. Go and look up runzas. I really want a runza. I need to try a runza one day. I just live in the wrong country. Right, what time are we on? We're on. It's 4:41. Shall we do some giveaway type stuff? I think we should. I'm going to go change my water. Nim Cinderin says, model making guru, and then doesn't say anything. Well done. Right, let me go and change my water. 1 second, and then we'll do some giveaways. Oh. Water is changed. Nimmy, you going to finish that sentence? Oh, there you go. Last post. Lol, is it like going for a cheeky Nando's? Says model making guru. I've never been for a cheeky Nando's. I've never actually been for Nando's. There isn't one near me, locally enough. So I've never been for a Nando's. But I don't know what Nando's is like. I hear it's not very good. Right, I'm going to move something down below the desk because it's in the way and I can't stretch my leg out. Right. We should take a break in the painting, which I haven't done for about 20 minutes. And we are going to do the stickers and the giveaways and that. So, let us prepare ourselves. Let us get ready the stickers of happiness. We have the stickers. We have the camera zooming out a bit, I think, because we don't need to be zoomed in. There we go. We have the camera zooming out. We have the pen for writing your name on the back of the sticker. It is not guaranteed that you will get the sticker with your name on it. Keep that in mind. We have the happy coffee. Oh. And we have the keyboard is asleep. We have the emails. Right. Okay, so we had some questions come through. Cool. Let's have a look. A quick look at the emails. Okay. Right, Jeremy, I've got your question. You didn't include your address. Do you want a sticker for the question you've asked? In which case, you need to send me your address. I don't keep your address once I send you the prize. So you need to send me your address. Right, okay, we'll do some stickers, and then we'll do the Wheel of Giveaways a winner. So, sticker time. So before we do anything, as always, by this point you know that you need to refresh your page, because the browser and audio and video will be out of sync, so refresh the page and drag the slider across to the right-hand side. While you're doing that, I'll do my usual reminders. Don't forget, of course, we're going to be doing this in the chat, so you need to be in the live chat to answer to win the sticker. So if you can't see the live chat, not this chat here, the blue thing, you're going to be the live chat, get the YouTube icon down here somewhere, if you're watching it elsewhere on YouTube, and it'll take you to YouTube where you can see the live chat. On some devices you won't see the live chat, it's awesome. But most places you can. You need to be in the live chat. Don't forget, of course, other things as well. You can ask me any questions. You can do it. I don't know where I was going with that. Whoa, hang on, coffee. Oh. You know when you start talking, your brain just goes off on holiday halfway through. Don't forget, of course, while people are refreshing, we're still running the Stream Boss Battle up here. Aviad has added some health to his total. Now he's on 81274. If you want to help get his health down and have a chance at winning up to 200 to 300 quid worth of Warhammer kits of your choice, putting your tips through. You can either subscribe to this channel, take a bit of health off, You can do a super chat, which is the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That will take a bit of its health off. Or you can do a tip through the tip jar, which is streamlabs.com/model making guru. Remember, the size of your tip or the size of your super chat, the more you tip or super chat, the more of health gets taken off Aviad's health total. So keep that in mind. And whoever wins, whoever gets him down to 0, will win, potentially, 200 to 300 quid's worth of Warhammer kits of their choice, absolutely free of charge. Right, where are we up to? So let's do some questions. I've got a thing on me. Hang on, I've got a thing right in the middle of my lens, and all I can see is a bleb. There we go, it's better. Right, so we've got some question time. So we're gonna do some question and the answers. So let me have a quick look at chat, make sure I've not missed anything because I've not had the chat open. What's chat been saying? People are talking about Nando's. Daniel Ebling says shawarma poutine. Well, if shawarma is like Donomy, and I really want to try poutine, I'm gonna have to go to Canada. I'm gonna have to get on a flight, go to Canada. I'm gonna have to get on a plane, go to Canada just to go to a takeaway, eat poutine, get back on the plane, and come home again. If anyone's a way to send me poutine, there isn't really, but never mind. Redlen, hi guys, just getting from work, busy delivering TVs, etc. What have I missed? Andy McLeish, hey folks, both of them just come in. I'm just about to do the sticker giveaways. Gaz Vickers, I like the stickers, I'm looking forward to receiving mine. Gaz, I have your email. I haven't sent out the stickers yet from the last couple of weeks. Haven't had a chance to get to the post office. I will send them out in the next few days though, so don't panic. If you're waiting for stickers, I did send out all the stickers and prizes up to... The only ones I'm waiting on now to send out are, I think, last week's. I think. Before that, they've all gone out and prizes and stuff. So, yes. Anyway, yes, we're just about to do the stickers and that. So, you two are just in right time. So, let's do some questions. First question for a Model Making Guru sticker. I'm getting ready to write your name on the back. Is a question from Jeremy Shrink. Jeremy, remember, if you want me to send you a sticker, send me your name and address. Don't forget, of course, if you want me to ask a question and answer, you can send me the question and answer and I'll send you a sticker if I use it. Just make sure to include your name and address in the email, otherwise I can't send you a sticker. And if I've had your address before, don't forget, as soon as I send you a sticker or a prize, I delete the email. So always assume I haven't got your name and address. So Jeremy says, hey Fox, I was finally able to get the package from the post. Hooray. Thanks again. That's the the Hawk, the Airfix Hawk. Here is a stream question for you. Is everybody ready? Okay, 1 Model Making Guru sticker. I'm going to write the word butts on the back. Don't know why. For this model making sticker with the word butts written on the back, the question is, which manufacturer... Now remember, I don't check these. Which manufacturer designed the M1 Abrams? Go. Which manufacturer designed the M1 Abrams tank? Go. Gaz Vickers, Boeing. It's not a plane, dude. Tamia says Aviad Madar. Lego says Redline. No. BMW, yes. BMW made a classic American tank. Here's a tip. They make really crap cars. There's a tip for you. In my opinion. Steve from Reading, says Gaz Vickers. Coach Party from Wigan. Kia, says Daniel Ebling. Shervplet, says Andy McLeish. Cy Reynolds is correct with Chrysler. Yes, they are made by, according to the answer I have on the email here, they are made by Chrysler. So, Cy Reynolds. There you go. And there is in no way any guarantee that you will receive that specific sticker. You may well get the different one. So I've got, there's a sticker, somebody may win a sticker with your name on it, or you may get it yourself, also the word butts. Right, another one. Next, so well done, well done. I need to mark that as done. There we go. Right, I'm just checking the email there. Sai, I would ask your question, but I don't think anybody's going to get anywhere near the answer. I'll give it a try. I don't think we'll get it. So, this one is a question from Sai Reynolds. For this, I'm going to write the word flange on the back, just because I like the word flange. So, question from Sai Reynolds. Everybody ready? He says, here's a fun obscure question for the sticker giveaways. It's a Stargate question. Now, when producing the Stargate SG-1, I did the word "the" in there. When making SG-1, how did the special effects team produce the effect of the initial Stargate activation, as in the kawoosh, when it opens and it goes like that? How did they do the kawoosh, the plume at the event horizon that vaporizes on contact? So how did they do that in the special effects? Go. I'll take anything that sounds reasonably similar to what the answer is. How did they make the effect of the kawoosh? And yes, I know it's called the kawoosh. So that's how much I know my Stargate. Chris at Grace Model says, I used to know that. Used to. A bit more specific, Redline. I want some... I don't need to get it word for word, obviously, what because he put a really long answer in his email. Ted says, cheese and onion. Oh. No, Ted's just craving cheese and onion to have some flavour, because hospital food has no flavour. I knew nobody'd get it. Everybody's now looking up how to make the kawoosh, how they made the kawoosh. But of course you don't know how to spell kawoosh, so there you go. Let the plug out. Rocket propelled Granada exhaust. Grace Model is not going to answer anyway because he has a sticker and he can write his own words on it. It's a fun trivia even if no one gets it, says Si. True, that is true. I don't think anyone's going to get this one, so I shall knock that one on the head. So, answering closed for that one. The answer was, I'm assuming this is copied from somewhere, to create the famous Event Horizon, or kawoosh as we know it, the Stargate activating, the original special effects team set up an air cannon in a water tank and fired a burst of air into the water. How they did it, so there you go. So, well done to everybody who, none of you got that. I've got your address on that thing anywhere there, Si, for your sticker that you probably won't remember. So I'll just send one out from that one. Chris Williams, hi. Chris, why have you sent me an email saying hi? I don't... Simpleton. Right, here we go. Last one. We'll do for this one again. The one with the word flange on the back. Right flange on it, Chris. I totally knew that, says Space Hamster. What was the question? I totally knew that. What was the question? I can create that effect in the bath after some shawarma, says Aviad. Yeah, shawarma. I love that name. An air cannon. Who knew, says Andy McLeish. Well, nobody in chat. There you go. But me and Si did. Right, so here we go. Question 4. The one with flange written on the back. And this is from Aviad. And Aviad says, in celebration of the new Orc Codex, Warhammer Orc Codex that's just come out, it's a Warhammer question. What was the name of the Orc megaboss who allegedly choked the Emperor during the Ullanor Crusade? Go. There's 2 different names. There's 2 different ways you could write the name. But I'll take either. You said to email and just say hi, Fox. Chris did as was told for once. Oh, I see. Oh. Got to go, there's a nurse at the end of the bed and has just snapped on some latex gloves, says Ted. Oh no! Oh no! I don't want to think about that. Take care, Tedward. Thanks for coming in, though. Remember, I don't investigate the answer in the question. I assume the answer I've been given is correct. Not Frank or Gary. Or Ted. Oh no, that's Dad saying to Ted. Well, hey, Ted. Bob. No. Doodaloo-doo. Do I need to have a conversation with my entire chat audience as how to look for things on Google? Do we need to have that little educational lesson here? What was the name of the Orc megaboss who allegedly choked the Emperor during the Ullanor Crusade? It's harder to Google than you think, says Space Hamster. That's just true. Vincent says Uruk. It's not quite spelt right, but I'll take it. Vincent, yes, it's Urlak Urg or Uruk. Uruk's near enough. So yes, Vincent says Uruk, which is close enough spelling. That will do me nicely. So it was Urlak Urg. I don't know if it's Urlak Urg or Uruk is the same thing. So there you go. Well done, Vincent. Send me an email. fox@modelmakingguru.com. I've got your address somewhere, but send it to me anyway because I need the email to remind me to send you a sticker. And there's no guarantee you get the sticker with Flandrin on the back. You might get Cy Reynolds' butt. Somebody's got to get Cy Reynolds' butt. Right, one more. On this one, I'm just going to write the word plump. There we go. Plump. Strange. Flange is his middle name. Not my butt, says Cy Reynolds. Snags Mac Humple Whipper, says JS Idaho. I named my horse Mrs. Pancakes. My horse in Red Dead Redemption 2 is called Planktons. I call everything Planktons. Might have guessed Vincent would get that. Oracle, says Dad. Yes. For the record, says Scale Model Muse, I could have answered both, but I already have stickers. You can have more stickers if you want more stickers, Muse. Don't be noble. Be mercenary. Take everything you can get. Right. And Aviad, do you want a sticker sending? Because you didn't include your address in the email. Let me know. Just say in the chat yes if you need a sticker. If so, well, if you need a sticker sending, send me an email with your address so I know to send you a sticker. So I'll delete the question email. So you need to send me another email to say send me a sticker. Right. What is next? Ooh. Alright, I've got another question for you. Isaac, you need to let me know if you want a sticker from me asking the question. So again, send me your name and address. Include your name and address if you want a sticker sending. Right. I will do the third question in there, Isaac, because that's an interesting question. We've got some thinky questions today, and I'm about to hear fireworks going off outside. So if you hear lots of banging in a minute, I do apologise. Right, here's a question from Isaac. Everybody get their thinking caps on. And by that, I mean Google. Yeah. Right, so, question from Isaac. What is the country... Again, I assume this is correct. What is the country with the most letters in its name? Go. I can't give you a clue because I don't know anything about this country to give you a clue. So it's a real country. Which country has the most letters in its name? I don't know, you know. I don't know. Is that right? It could be. If it's not, then it's just a question of what country is written down in front of me on this email. Because, yeah. Shrimps, says TK. Shrimps always have the most letters. Spain. No, Chris, that's not how it works. Cy Reynolds says somewhere that we're not going to try and even begin to pronounce. I think it means in one word. North Korea? Nope. Nope. It's one word. I think it means in one. If you've got like 35 words in the country name, that kind of doesn't really count. Do 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 do. What I have in the email is definitely not Al-Jumaria, Al-Arabia, Al-Libya, Al-Shabia, I can't read it because it's so small on my screen. Al-Ishti Rakaya, Al-Uzma. It's not that. Okay. I think the answer you gave me, Isaac, was maybe not the right answer. So we'll have to do... Gaz Vickers says Liechtenstein. That's what I have written down. It's shortened to Libya, apparently. That big long name, Al-Jumaria, Al-Arabia, Al-Libya, Al-Shabia, Al-Ishtirika, Al-Usma, is Libya. But Gaz Vickers says Liechtenstein, and that's what Isaac told me, it was Liechtenstein. So as he actually put the answer down, I was about to abandon that one. But as he said it, There we go. We'll give Gaz Vickers that sticker. There we go. So Gaz Vickers. There we go. And now, guaranteed that one of you will win a sticker with Gaz Vickers on it. Whether Gaz wins it, I don't know. So there you go. That will do. Get that ink dry a bit. They go into the pile to go out. Hoping to get them sent out this week. I've got the other ones from the last week's to go as well. Winner, orc for dinner, says Gaz. Where is he? I'm going to ban him for that. Yeah, right, swig. Oh. Did he say Central African Republic, Fox? No, he said, what is the country with the most letters in its name? Liechtenstein is a doubly landlocked German-speaking microstate in Central Europe. It is a constitutional monarchy with the rank of principality. Like Zion, I like that. Headed by the Prince of Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is bordered by Switzerland to the west and south and Austria to the east and north. It has an area of just over 160 square kilometres, 62 square miles, the fourth smallest in Europe, and an estimated population of 37,000, divided into 11 municipalities. Its capital is Valduz, and its largest municipality is Schaan. There you go. Learn something every day. Right. Well, it's not bloody Liechtenstein, says T-Minette. I know. Well, hey. If nobody had answered Liechtenstein, I would have moved on to the next one, but he did say. So there you go. Never mind. And it's all for fun. Right, we need to do the giveaway from last week. So, I need to get this ready. Ready. On time now. There we go. And in fact, I don't need to get that ready because we're not drawing a thing this week. We're doing the winner this week, so I don't know why I went for that. So I'll just go back to... I'll just go back to that. So I get carried away. Now remember, I'm not doing I'm not pulling a prize every week. I'm doing it every couple of weeks to save on me spending a fortune sending prizes out. But last week we were giving away the 3 set of Gaunt's Ghosts, the Warhammer book, the entire collection, all 3 books in the collection, Gaunt's Ghosts. Apparently worth about 70 or 80 quid, these puppies. So whether you're getting them for yourself just to read and enjoy, or whether you're just going to get them on eBay and flog them, it's entirely up to you. I don't mind. I don't mind. What's chat doing? Bugger just spilt a quarter of my fresh pot of Reichland flesh shade all over my lap. Oh! 2 things about that, Vincent. That's never going to come out of whatever you're wearing, ever. And, oh, I hate when that happens. You need to dad... Have you not got a dad device? Dad, you need to sort him out with a dad device. Right, I'm in a huff now, says Paul. Oh, Paul. Drop of bottles or your friend when it comes to Citadel paint, says Tony Blackwell. Rest book, have read them all, says Redlen. Vince needs a dad device, says Andy McLeish. I'm sure Vince has already got a dad device. Anyway, back to it. So, yes, last week, this was the prize that was pulled from the Wheel of Giveaways. I asked you to put a comment on the video. An interesting but not necessarily accurate or amusing fact about ghosts. If you haven't done one, you've got about 25 seconds to go and put a comment on last week's video, because I'm going to go over to it in a second. So what we're going to do is we are going to maximise that. We are going to go over to the sharing of the screen. So there we go. There is last week's video. Can you all see and hear me? I assume you can all see it and you can still hear me. I never know with this streaming software. So let me know if you can't hear me. So this is last week's episode. So I'm going to hit the refresh button in 5 seconds. So ready? 5. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I have to suffer an advert.
Your hands can do incredible things.
Oh, don't use
they can
GoDaddy.
put a smile
Don't
on a
use
friend's
GoDaddy.
face.
Don't
broken.
use GoDaddy. Don't use GoDaddy. The guy that runs GoDaddy hunts elephants. Just don't use GoDaddy. The guy that runs it is a sleaze. I don't like it. Other hosts are available. Right, so we need to pick a winner. So as always, go away, GoDaddy. So as always, we have lots of comments. Let's read some facts. When you eat the big dot, ghosts turn blue and run away, says George Gabriel. Lynn Dipple says, ghosts, ghosts, ghosts. I've seen a ghost like pineapple. Yes, he does. Speedy Curate says, goat fact. Goats were once one of the first animals to be tamed by humans and were being herded 9,000 years ago. Oh, wait, ghost. Goat. Yes. Blinky, Pinky, Inky and Clyde are the ghosts from Pac-Man, says Evil Monkey. Cow goes moo, cat goes meow, dog goes woof, and goat goes bah. What does the ghost say? says thy creator. Ghosts are commonly a Halloween costume, says Assassin Alpha. And Joe Bowdit says ghosts don't like gingers. There you go, scientific fact. Right, so what we need to do is we need to pull a winner. So we have the YouTube Random Comment Picker website, where it picks a comment randomly from YouTube at random. So we need to take the URL and we need to paste it into yours. See, there's lovely. And we need to load the comments. We have 17 comments from last week's video. So are we ready to pick the winner? Paul isn't the longest name in Europe either, says TK. There you go then. Not even the longest name in Europe, Grumble Grumble, says Team Inept. We say we don't check the answers. Right, anyway. Let's crack on. So we're going to pick the winner from last week. So ready? 3, 2, 1. George Gabriel, when you eat the big dot, ghosts turn blue and run away. Huzzah! George, you've won that. So let me come back to the magic screen of screens. Huzzah, George. Well done. You've won yourself the Gaunt's Ghosts. It's going to cost me a fair penny to send that to the US. Thanks very much. Joy. So, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll get this sent off to you. You need to drop me an email. You know what to do. Email to fox@modelmakingguru.com with your name and address. I know your address, but send it to me anyway, because I need the email to remind me to send these to you. So send me an email saying you've won the Gaunt's Ghosts, and we'll get that sent off to you. So well done, George. Oh, clunky bang. Sorry. Yeah, so remember, you've got to be in it to win it. When we do these giveaways, if you don't put a comment on the video, you can't possibly win. So there you go. Well done, George. Nice one. Happy times, happy times. Right. So that is the giveaway. Now, we're not doing one this week. We're not doing a wheel of giveaways. If you remember, what I said was, it's costing me a fortune to send 4 out every month. So we're going to stick it to every other week. So we did one last week. Give it away this week. We'll do another wheel of giveaways next week, and then we'll give it away the week after that. So there we go. So don't panic. It's not gone anywhere. It's just I can't afford to be sending stuff out every week. Right, what time are we on? We're on 5:10. Wow, that section gets longer every day. So what have we done so far? We have done, well, bugger all. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, I forgot to do the hang on. There we go. Close down music. There we go, that's the close down for the giveaway music. Lovely, lovely. I need to zoom in a little bit so you can see what we're doing. That's what we've done so far. Let's have a quick look at the chat. That's why you should always be careful where the prizes can ship to, says Team Inept. Yeah, but this is open to everybody. I can't say it's open to everybody who's watching unless you're not in the UK, in which case nobody ever wins. Hi honey, I'm home. Sorry I'm late. Found out my local shop has wagon wheels with the jam inside, says Dave Barker. I have to say, I'm not a big fan of wagon wheels as an adult. As a kid, I loved them. As an adult, they're a bit cardboardy. They're not awesome. What is chat doing? Well done, George. Well done, George. Bob Marley, wagon wheels, Dave. We're jamming. We're jamming. I see what you did there, Spid. And it's dark too, says Dad. Weird, it only gets dark at 6 o'clock here, says TK. Is it dark? Yes, it's dark outside. Wow. Right, what do I need to put this pen away? Tell you what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? Because Paul's being grumpy about the fact that Liechtenstein isn't the longest name in Europe and everything and all that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you another sticker question. Let me get another sticker. Just to give Paul a chance. Hang on, I've got to find them now. Where did I put them? Oh, they're there. Idiot. I'm looking in the bag where the stickers aren't. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to write Paul on it. And if Paul wins this, I don't have to write it on again. There you go, there's a random word. Right, so there we go. So what I'm going to do for this one is do the traditional back of the hand number. So I'm going to write a number. I've written the number on the back of my hand and gefahrten. Don't answer it yet, Dad. The number is between 38 and 48. Go. Dave Wiserum Gumbarker says 42, and it is indeed 42. Dave Wiserum Gumbarker, well done. You have won the sticker with Paul written on it. There you go. So, put me an email, Dave, with your name and address. Well, obviously with your name, with your address. And I've got your address, but I need the email to remind me to send you a sticker, and I'll send you a sticker. So there you go. See, Paul, if you'd answered it properly, you might have won that, and then you would have got a sticker. See? I don't know. It's like kids on the back seat, isn't it, some of these guys? Humph, says Team Inept. Shut up. No, wait, that's not long enough, says Paul. Paul, just shush now. Team Inept, like and subscribe. Right, so I'm going to put the pen away now. I'm not doing any more sticker giveaway questions. Right, where are we up to? I've got no bloody idea. I need to touch in that bronze because I've got some gaps missing there. I don't know. Which reminds me, Chris at Gross Models, I need more stickers, please. Give me a shout with the price again and I'll sort it out because I need more Model Making Guru stickers. If you would be so kind. Or Paul, if Chris isn't watching, can you remind him, please? That I've got ground on green. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, it's like having a lot of kids on the back seat sometimes with you lot. Honestly. Got touching this little bit of bronze here because I missed a few spots. Do-do-do-do-do. And then, what's next? A bit there. I think what we can do is we can make a start on no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the silver bits on the end of the barrels. Food time, see you later. Take care and have fun, says TK. Thank you very much, dude. Enjoy your food times. Eat them with all the miles on your face. Stop giving them away, says Chris at Gross Models. No. What would you have me do? Just give other stickers away? I shall go back to chat in a second. Just putting a bit of metal on the end of these barrels, which is a bit silly really because the barrel kind of stops halfway, which is not ideal. Yeah, made a bit of a mess of that. But that's something we can touch in later on, not a problem. And when you're painting, don't panic if you make a splooge or a mess. Everything can be tidied up. Boom, boom, boom. Some idiot letting off fireworks at about 3:30 this morning. I was like, thanks, I was awake. I was asleep then. Because obviously you need to let fireworks off at 3:30 in the morning. Spoon. What we want is some Abaddon Black. Where's my Abaddon Black? There's my Abaddon Black. Yeah. I don't like painting with Abaddon Black. I do not like painting with it at all. It just doesn't behave like any other Citadel paint. It's either too thin or too thick, but never just right. Andy McLeish says he needs to finish the sticker design. Give Andy credit, he was the first person to actually write down the onomatopoeia for oh, it didn't come off. Oh man, this hey, it went in my cup. Fantastic. He was the first person to write the onomatopoeia down for that. Everything can be tidied up, says Vincent at Mr. Low's Model Making, except for the Rycliffe flesh shade that soaked my jogging pants I use for paint, and that has even coloured my skin. Looks like I killed someone. Yeah. I've got jeans that have got null oil on them forever. So yeah, that's the thing. The shades are just like leeches. Once you get paint on something, when you get shade on something, clothing, you're never going to get it off. It's never going to come off ever. Let's put some detail on these guns. I'm going to give them black stocks, black grips. just because why not? Everybody paints the rifles and stuff in Warhammer with just all the metal colours, and it's like, when was the last? You don't really get guns that are just all metal. They have rubber grips and stocks and plastic parts and non-metal parts, so it makes sense that some of the bits would be different colours. I'm going to paint that bit black there. But I'm going to do the casing for the rifle in the red to match. When I do the guys, when I paint the Scions red, am I on camera? When I paint the Scions red, I will of course make sure the casings of their rifles match, as is the tradition. So I'll have to go back and do the casings. The bits of the casing you can see on the rifle, I'll do them in red. I'll have to go back and touch in the barrel because it's a bit messy there. Yeah, I don't know why painting with the Abaddon black is just like, I don't know, it's like, it doesn't flow nicely like the other paints. It's too grippy and clingy and it doesn't thin down with water very well. I know what I haven't done. I've got two on here I need to do. Not painting the whole of the grip, but just in my imagination the bit that would be the either wooden or rubber part or plastic. If you're firing a weapon, you don't want like the actual grip that you hold in your hand. You don't want it to be metal. It's really uncomfortable after the first 10 trillion rounds. So surely it makes sense to have rubberized grips. Well, for grip, if for nothing else. It's where they miss out on their insane detail efforts. They put detail into everything, and yet they don't put actual grips on these grips. Do not like painting with Abaddon black. There's very few colours. There's no colours that I don't like in the Citadel range apart from Abaddon black. I just don't like it at all. There's often times where I'm painting something if I need to paint it black, like say the undersuit of a Space Marine, where you normally paint it black. I'd much rather just go in with successive coats of Nuln Oil to give that rubber effect than actually paint it black. Because Nuln Oil goes where you put it. And you can use it to paint something a dark colour, like build up a rubber effect on something. Put it on camera, yes. I will check the chat in a second, chaps. I'm just doing these bits. Vincent, by the way, you need to put at model making guru. If you put at Foxx, it doesn't highlight it for me. Yeah, we're not on the Facebook now, you know. That. I'll touch up the Steel Legion drab in a bit. What I'm tempted to do with these scabbards for the rifles, and I remembered, since it's a scabbard, the rifle scabbards, is not shade them with Nuln Oil, although I need to on the metal parts, but actually shade them, make a shade out of a brown colour and some Lamian medium, and do like a custom shade, because I want them to be like a leather effect, either leather or a brown canvas kind of effect. So I might make my own shade out of some brown Some Lamian medium, Labia mermaids. I did actually paint one of these when I painted these. I painted them in, I think, Rhinox hide first, but it was just far too dark. It was so dark, it was just almost black. It was horrible. So I thought I'll go with the Steel Legion Drab. It's a good bait, a good basis colour for leather effects. So we've got those bits done. How's this? Okay, that's that. I need to have a look at the chat. What we on? I just don't spill stuff, says Chris. Dave says, Paul, you paint naked from the belt down. Paul says, and I wear my belt around my head. Watch me spill something this evening, says Chris at Gross Models. Yes, don't forget. Gross Models, 8 PM. He does his Warhamster Sunday. Follow on from mine. Don't jinx it, Chris. You made it a dud device. I just had a horrible thought. We have to use clothing next weekend, says Dave Barker. Yep. Probably preferable. Preferable? That's not even a word. Preferable. Nope, nobody loves me, says Chris. I missed what that was about. Fox, I just stumbled onto a fix for that problem with the black. Put a drop of water in mine last night, slightly over thinning it on the wet palette, and now it's nice and workable after a quick stir. Might be a fluke. Yeah, it kind of comes and goes. It's just one of the more finicky paints. It doesn't, like, you put water on a wet palette and you put water in it and it still dries out too fast. I don't know what it is. It's like maybe it's not water based or something. Under a suit of Space Marine I use rubber black, says Dave Barker. Yeah, if I don't want to paint, because what I find is if I've got like a recessed area, like the rubber stripe, the rubber piping in a joint, you can paint it, but you've got, obviously, if you go wrong with the paint, you've got to touch it up. Or you can use the shade like Null Oil. That will stay within the recesses, and do 3 or 4 coats, it'll build up into a rubbery black colour, and it won't overflow onto the rest of it. You have to go back and touch up the armour colour where you've messed up. So anything that's recessed like that, like if I was painting this, if I was painting in that little panel in there, I wanted to make it a dark colour, I'd just do several coats of Null Oil because it would stick to the edges of the panel. It wouldn't go up over the top, and I wouldn't have to worry about being neat. I just drop it in, surface tension holds it in place, and it can do that panel. So things like that, I can use shades to build up colours. Messenger habit, says Vincent. Yes. That's better. On the laptop now. Phone is near dead, says Muse. Dope. XV88 base and Carrack Stone highlight with Reichland shade will do leather nicely, says Paul at Team Inept. I think I've actually got some XV88 somewhere. I don't think I've got it out at the moment. Or do I? I do. I've got it there. Actually, yeah, it would have been quite nice. I think I'm going to be using that with this Steel Legion Drab and then XV88 as a highlight. I think that was my plan. I think. Yum, food's finally here. Bacon and cheese, baked potato, a hot dog, and a barbecue beef sandwich, says Nim. Oh yeah, I'll be having all of those, please. Please send it now to me here. Thank you very much. I'm waiting. Reminds me I need to get XV88 still, says Scale Model Muse. I've not used it yet. I think no, you see, it's not even been messed up by paint. Oh no, I may have used it for something and somehow managed to not get paint all around the seal. Oh well, never mind. I don't know. What have we just done? Oh yeah, I need to paint red on the rifles, don't I? A little bit of red on the rifle. What do we call it? Doobie-doo thing, whatever. A casing. That's the word I'm looking for. So what I need to do here is just get into this bit. I'm painting over the aquila, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to paint that gold later anyway. Paint up to the brown. I don't need it to be too neat because I will be putting a wash over that later anyway. That needs to go over there like that. I'm going to paint the whole thing because I can go back in and do the metallics in a bit. So I'm not being too neat and tidy, although I'm trying not to go over the Steel Legion Drab painted area. Trying to stay within the lines. But hopefully what it does is it makes it look a bit more interesting. Because before it was just, oh, I'm going to have the Steel Legion drab, never mind. It was just brown and then silver, and that was a bit boring. So hopefully now it just gives it a bit more visual interest. I can't quite get the red in there, there we go. Yeah, we'll need to touch that in a little bit. Needs to go over there like that. Yeah, we'll need to tidy up the Steel Legion drab a touch, I think. Because I'm not sure now where the casing actually ends, because I can't remember what the actual rifle looks like. I think it's a hotshot rifle. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because if you look at the leather scabbard, it seems to just stop. Oh no, there you go. There you go. That's the bit. Okay, so that goes. I have to touch that bit in with the metal. Yes, there'll be some touching in to do here. What I should have done is actually painted the whole thing red first and then done the metallics and then done the brown scabbard colour, but never mind. We learn by doing. Admiral. Yeah, a little bit of touch in there, that's no problem. Positive, I was hoping she was having a lazy day and getting KFC, says Dave Barker, but she's chosen the cook it yourself option. Or cook it herself option. Well, you never know, Dave. Maybe she Foxx in bed will make something that's actually nicer than KFC. It's not hard to make something nicer than KFC, let's be honest. And it's much nicer if it's been made. Painting, painting, painting. Struggle to find things to talk about when I'm busy painting. Talk amongst yourselves. Nothing to see here, move along. I kind of actually find it, I kind of enjoy painting, like, you know, painting the little details, like you were saying, somebody was saying earlier on about, would it have been easier to have not put all this together, paint these off the model first. But there's something, I just enjoy painting the little details like this. And, you know, working my way around and goofing in a few places I have to go and tidy up. That's fine. Just kind of fun, really. I kind of enjoy it. Let's do down there. I apologise if my head keeps getting in shot. I keep feeling the camera on the top of my head, but I don't know where the top of my head is in terms of in the shot. Ba, ba, ba. So as with the other weapons, we're not going to worry too much about getting multiple coats of the red on these. Some touch up to do there, a little tiny bit, but that's fine. Again, nothing that won't be hidden by weathering or shades, or just going in and touching up. Okay, that's those two done. Time around 7:29. I love my droid, says Muse. Dropped it 100 times and nothing happened to it. Phone dropped on the padded carpet and it shattered. There you go then. Dad says Mackey's. Yeah, but the thing with McDonald's food is nice, but after half an hour you're hungry again because it doesn't actually fill you at all. It's like I have like when I have at McDonald's, I have a big tasty with bacon and a Big Mac and large fries, and I'm hungry again after an hour. Because you eat it all, you do a McBurp, maybe you do a McTrump. You might get the McAcid a little bit, maybe if you eat it too fast. But then after an hour, you're hungry again because it just vanishes. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't fill you up at all. That's how they get you. That's how they get you, man. Get the brush in there. Yes. Just about. To my American cousins who are watching, don't forget to go and vote. We've got, what, another day? Could be the most important vote you ever cast. Apart from in 2 years' time, that'll be even more important. But yes, don't forget to go and vote in your midterm elections. Don't want to hear no excuses about, no, but I don't want it, it's too hard. Don't be a millennial. Go and vote. If you want to have any right to make any comment or complaint about the state of your country and its governance, good or bad, you have to vote. Otherwise you have no right to criticise anything. Don't vote, don't complain. There you go, that's how I always say it. So go and vote. Not right now, obviously, because we're doing telly right now, but don't forget to go and vote. Whoever you may vote for is no concern of mine. Just remember to go and vote. Right, I think that's going to do for that. Right, I think what we're going to do is, because I'm getting a headache, I need to... the coming month, I think this month's Patreon money, I think, is going to go on eye test and new glasses, because I need to get a new prescription for my glasses, but it's expensive, man. So to my patrons, thank you so much for this month, because it will hopefully pay for some new glasses, because I'm starting to get headaches a lot now when I'm doing close-up work with the space helmet. So yeah, I think I need to get into the opticians, get my eyes done, get some new Mozzers going on, I think. So I think we're going to leave it there for today. We've done a little bit. It still looks... The thing I always say is when you're doing this kind of work and you've got just the base coats down like here, it always looks like complete ass when it's just the base coats. As soon as you get the shades on and do all the touching up and all the little details that aren't on there yet, that's when it really starts to come to life. So yes, it looks a bit gash right now because it's just basic flat colours. But it will come. It will come, don't worry. Let's have a last quick look at chat. I'm thinking about kebabs still. I might have to have more kebabs tonight. No, Fox. Scott is having McDonald's. Dad and me will have be on the KFC. Or you could just go and get a kebab. Why not just kebabs? KFC is just... KFC, right? We've got 10 secret herbs and spices that are so secret we don't put them on it and it just tastes like chicken. I don't get the thing for KFC. It's just 10 chicken legs. But you could go to the shop and buy 10 chicken drumsticks. Like the pre-cooked ones, and just warm them up. It's a lot cheaper. Talking about phones, I have no concept of Android phones. I don't understand. Just get an iPhone like a normal person. There you go. Statistically, US president is the most dangerous job in the world. How has nobody shot him yet? You can't say that on the internet, dude. Echelon will have you. Right, back to the Defcopter, and then, says Dad. Yes. Dad's having fun with his Defcopter, even though it's the worst model in Games Workshop's history. I've asked that a few times. Dave, Defcopter... Oh, your wifey knew the KFC spice mix. She worked there for the spice company, lol, says Dad. Cool, but it doesn't taste like there's anything on it. It just tastes like chicken. It's like if you're going to put herbs and spices on. Anyway, that means you can make your own KFC then, Dad, and save a lot of money. You don't have to go to the shop to get the KFC. You just, next time you go to the shop, buy some chicken legs, make your own. I spent my entire life avoiding normal Foxy, no thank you. But then you can't, if you don't vote, You can't complain about anything the government does. You have no right to complain. You have no voice. It's how you get your voice. Like, I can sit here and I can whinge about our rubbish collection or the potholes or that my local Tory MP isn't complete and utter rude word. It's a complete spoon. Or, you know, that this is rubbish or that's rubbish, or complain about something that the local council and government does. If I hadn't voted, I couldn't do that. I'd be like, I wanted to complain about, did you vote? No? Then shut up. See? Even if you've got no interest, it gives you the right to complain. So that's the important thing. You have to have your voice. Have your say. Have your say. What we're doing. Right, see you all, says Chris at Gross Models. I've not gone yet. I'm doing me post-amble. Not my preamble, me post-amble. Foxx said the bad word Tory. I know. My local council is my local MP is Conservative, which I will not give to my political leanings. But as a human being, he's a complete arse. Forget what party he's with. That's irrelevant. As a human being, I've met him and I know him, and he's a complete arse. He's not a nice man. I vote, dude. Oh, never missed a chance to, says Scale Model. I must have misunderstood your comment then. Good effort. Good girl. Scale Model Music. Chris is off. He's a spoon, says Anna McLeish. Nah, been 10 years, mate. Live with it now. She's happy with. Oh, that's about Dad's wife, who has Alzheimer's, sadly. That's all gone now, he says, about the 10 herbs and spices. Mum go wash his mouth out with soppy water. Maybe soapy water. I prefer soppy water. I didn't... yes, I won't disclose my personal political leanings on telly. This channel is not a platform for me to espouse my personal beliefs, of political beliefs. I'm not qualified to give such judgments. I have political leanings. I do indeed. I will not reveal what they are. You will never know. I'll be a mystery, a man of mystery, man of political intrigue and mystery. Who does he vote for? Where does my vote go? Who do I support? They're all idiots. They're all morons. No, don't, you liberal, you Fox. I'm not saying who I am. The difficulty is, like all us watching now, all you guys watching, and me, we're all intelligent human beings. That makes it really difficult when all the political parties are complete knobbers. Who do you vote for? They suck, they're rubbish, they just are arse. These guys are morons, they can't even spell their own name, and they don't even know which way's up. How do you vote for... You know what I mean? If you're an idiot, voting is nice and easy. You just go for the rhetoric and platitude. I like them, I like banging bricks together, we don't vote for them. If you're intelligent, you can see they're all just lying. How do you vote? It's really hard. Voting's hard if you're intelligent. If you're an idiot, voting's the easiest thing in the world. If you've actually got a brain and an analytical mind, and you're a bit of a skeptic, it's really hard to know who to vote for. I will not tell you who I vote for. Lol, burn them all. Just be sure you lean the right way, Foxy, and it's all good. I always lean the right way. I've got the... Never mind. Moving on. I don't know where that was going. There was going to be a joke there, and my brain said, I'm walking away now. I think when they get elected, they have to drain their brains. The ones that lower the input taxes on Gumpler. It's hard to pick the less corrupt and stupid ones, but it's hard to tell them apart. You can't. I don't know. You need a Gumpler party. Aww. Gotcha, says Scale Model Muse. Lol. Yeah, that's the thing. To people like us who are intelligent, it's really hard to pick a political party because they're all just numpties. They're all just lying, cheating numpties. So it's like... I don't know. Right, I think that's going to do us. I haven't got a lot done, but we've got some bits done. I'll carry on work on this probably later on tonight and get some bits done. Do stay tuned for the next instalment on the Warhammer Conquest. I've got to start filming the paint. It won't take me long, but I've got to get all the dudes painted up, and that's from issues 1 to 6. That's going to be in the next couple of days. Don't forget, of course, tomorrow night is E-Models Monday. Myself and Chris, Tedward, we're going to assume will still be in hospital. Get better soon, Ted. So it'll just be me and Chris tomorrow. We'll be doing the live stream for E-Models at 9 PM on E-Models YouTube channel. Don't forget, it's gallery giveaway, where we pick a 5-star gallery winner and just tell them they've won a prize that we've picked. So make sure you've submitted your picture to the gallery. I will also be working on the Strike Rouge Autori again this week. I've got to finish off doing the decals. And then start on the little tiny bit of weathering I've got to do and get the suit finished. So we'll try and film in that and try and get that up for patrons in the next week or so. And as always, with the Strike Rouge build, it'll go up for patrons first, and then a week later go released for everybody else. The Warhammer Conquest one, I'm just releasing them to the public straight away. I'm not doing them as a Patreon early access first. What else? I think that's about it. Don't forget to go and check out Chris's channel, Gross Models, at 8 o'clock this evening, when he'll do his Warhamster Sunday, his follow-on from me doing this. And that's about it. Get well to Ted. Get better soon, dude. Get yourself better soon. If you've won a sticker tonight, send me an email with your name and address and tell me what you've won. A sticker. Because I need to be remembered. I need to remember. If you won that, if you are George, send me an email, George, with your name and address. And we'll see you again for this next week. I think that's about everything. There's nothing else I need to tell you. I don't think. I think we're all done. So that's going to do us. So I shall go and get everything ready. Go and let my head rest for a bit, because I'm getting a bit of a thrumpy headache. So until next week, go make something awesome. Go be awesome. You, there, you. Giant finger of happiness. Go be awesome. And until next week, adios amoebas. Where's the button?